What up, yo? Your boy Tay Biz, man. Welcome to Maleroom After Dark.
Baby, I'm just too
Boy Rollo.
Better know I brought that with me. Case they get too iffy. Baby, don't stress, don't sweat it. Put it all on my baby. Know how I'm coming.
Friday
They know
night.
what we had. Around through that left side, low end.
Y'all just got paid.
If you got beef, don't come out. If my young hitter might go in. Uptown GN. Working all through my weekend. Hoping these don't show out. Cause all of my hitters too deep in. With the boy, I'm so seen. Ain't worried about long as my money.
Yes, sir.
What up?
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
to Maleroom After Dark, our seasonal show
Let's go.
that everyone just loves. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
And
go.
we definitely excited about tonight.
Yes, sir.
Boy JB the Gent to be in a minute, but those of you that are planning on joining the panel, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and click the link. It's pinned to the chat. What up, though, Sean?
What up, Sean?
One of our faithful mail carriers in the building. What up, though? What up, though?
What up? What up? What up?
Definitely appreciate you. If you
Yeah.
want to join the panel, open up the we got the panel open tonight, or we opening it up right off rip. You know what I'm saying? So don't be shy. Go ahead. You got your hair did, nails did, everything did.
Make sure your camera ready.
Go
Hold the
ahead.
camera ready. Hold the
Go
camera
ahead.
ready.
Hey, go ahead and come on up on the spot, man. You know what I'm saying? What up, Aubrey? How you
What's
doing?
going on, Aubrey? We see you out there.
What's going on
What's
with
going
you?
on? Miss
Miss
Smiley,
Smiley.
what up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Miss
Shout
Smiley.
out to shout out to some of the mail carriers that's been rocking since day one, episode one, man. Let's go.
For sure,
Let's
for
go.
sure.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We are so excited to have y'all here, man. This season is 120% flying by. I don't know how we got here after tonight's show. Um, Next Sunday we will be on episode 12 of season 2, and we say it all the time, but we mean it every time. Y'all support, y'all love, just y'all energy, man. Thank y'all so much, and we gonna continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? The process is a slow process, but we're gonna keep it moving.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
For sure.
So
Most
yeah,
definitely. Most
so
definitely.
yeah,
Most definitely. Most definitely.
you already know what it is.
Alicia's in the building. What up, Alicia? Jay in the building. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? My boy Big Cal in the building. Yo, what up, though? What up, though? Sean Campbell in the building. What up, though? What up, though? Yeah. When I see her name and her picture come up, I just want to get around it. Just, I don't have that sound, do I? Let me see if I got it.
No, I don't think you got it.
I don't think I have it. I had it, but I don't have it.
You have it, but you don't have it.
But she is the bomb, so I got this though. Got that blow up situation in the building. What up, though, Chantel Tramble?
Chantel
Good to
Tramble,
have you all
appreciate
been in the
you.
building again. Hit the link. Hit the link.
Hit
Come
the
on.
link, man. Y'all know what time it is.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
This is a show that is for y'all. This is a show that we want to interact with y'all. So
Yep.
please go ahead and hop on in this fire, please.
Yep.
Please hop on in this fire. Y'all know what it is, man. Busy, how are you feeling, my brother?
Man, honestly, man, I'm telling you, dog, like I'm some moves are being made to be real, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some real good moves are being made. And man, I am just excited about it, dog. Like career-wise, everything's going so good, man. It's in the right direction. I definitely got my business hat on, I'm on that tip, man. You know what I'm saying? I just got daily peace. Peace in my heart and my spur every day. You feel me?
Yes.
Like, hey, I got it, man. I'm good, bro. I'm
You
good.
can't do
There's the one hopping on in the
Oh, we
fire.
got one tapping into the fire. What up, Sean?
So you gotta be paying attention. Gotta be paying attention.
Are you watching the show and hopping on? Like, are you like?
John,
You everywhere.
John,
John, you have to pay attention if you're on the panel.
you gotta turn the TV off though. You gotta
You
turn
gotta
it
turn
down
the
or something like
TV
that
off.
because there's a lot in the background. Like if you're
it's a
gonna be
lot of
on, you
noise
gotta
in the
you gotta
background.
turn
You
it
got to
down.
turn.
You gotta turn it down. Yeah, I can hear myself. What up, though? Indy in the building.
Indy, what's going on?
What up,
Appreciate
though?
you
Indy in
tapping
the
in,
building.
Indy.
Another faithful male
Another
carrier from
faithful.
season 1 all the way up to this point. Sean is
Yeah,
in the building. What up, though?
What's up, baby?
Sean is our moderator, man. She
Sean
became
is
a
our
moderator this
moderator.
season, man. So
Sean
let's
is our
clap it up.
moderator.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I listen. I know that I have been saying that I'm going to get with y'all. I am. I just need to
No,
make
we
the
ain't.
time, okay? Because I've been busy, and
It's
so
okay.
yeah, I've been very very busy with work and stuff.
He ain't gonna get with y'all.
So I'm gonna lose them. I'm gonna lose the time. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna definitely try. So I'm gonna try to do something this week coming up, okay? Because I got a little bit of time set to the side that I made.
Yeah.
So let me.
Outside of the Maleroom Network, we are three very busy men. So this is really we get to what we got to get to when we supposed
Yeah,
to get to.
Understandable.
Does
for
that
sure.
make sense? Does that make sense? That make a little. Make a
So
little.
John, what up with you though? How have you been? How's your chakras? How's your cerebellum? How's your cerebrum going on?
I'm,
Mine's
it's good. I'm waiting on some more ladies to show up, but
oh,
Oh, watch
oh
party.
y'all
Let's
doing a group
go.
thing?
Let's
yeah,
go.
Oh,
I got
okay.
one here already that I'm trying to get her to connect to this doggone camera.
All right.
Oh, you trying to get her on the link? You trying to get her link
Trying to
on the
get her to
link?
hop on in the
Oh yeah,
fire.
yeah, get it. Let her hop on the fire, man. It's all
Yeah, we'll
love.
take that.
It's all love. It's all
We'll
love.
take that.
We do have a very interesting topic tonight, about
Indeed.
the strong,
Oh, bro,
independent woman.
Yeah.
Another
Miss Smiley, what is up?
Hey,
Hop on in it.
what up, Miss
Hop on in
Smiley?
it. Hop on in it.
Smiley's
Hop
in the
on in it.
building.
I hopped into
Another
the
moderator.
fire.
You said what?
You said
You
I
don't hop in the
hopped into
fire
the
now.
fire.
Yeah,
You
you
can't
hopping
leave.
in the fire,
You can't
man.
leave.
Yeah, you hopping into the fire.
You know
That's
you can't. You know you can't leave, right? You know it's a wrap now, right? You know you can't leave.
Oh, said I can't.
You can't leave. We did. But
Oh, okay.
so y'all the moderators and we are the content creators. So
I'll
you
be
have to
getting
do
this
what we
jacked up. Me
say,
and him.
and that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
But yeah,
All right.
since we got a couple people that hopped on in the fire, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all a little bit what y'all can look forward to our new and old mail carriers. Welcome, thank you
You
so much. If you've never been to the Mailroom After Dark show, this is
you
where we
on
kind of
YouTube, right?
chill. It's a little more laid back. We just kind of want to interact with our viewers and our people, and just have what I'm saying, kick it, have a little bit of fun on Friday. We do have a couple topics because it's the Mailroom show. We gotta discuss something, right, Busy? We gotta
Yeah, for
discuss
sure. We
something.
gotta have something
We
in
gotta
there.
discuss something. So we do have a couple of topics we are going to discuss. We're waiting for our boy JB to hop on so we could do the ritual toast. So we're gonna wait for JB to get here. But we do have a couple of topics. And for those that are new, thank you for being here. For those that's been rocking with us, you know the deal, man. You know the deal. I'm just gonna go ahead and run off the icebreaker topic. We might go ahead and get into it. What you feel about that, Busy?
Hey man, let's go ahead and get it to the
Let's go ahead
icebreaker,
and get to
man.
the icebreaker topic. We're gonna
Icebreaker,
go
man.
ahead and get into the
There we
icebreaker
go. There we
topic.
go.
Hey, wait, we gotta
There we
hold that.
go. There we
We gotta
go.
hold that.
There we go.
We gotta hold that. We
There we
gotta
go.
hold that. There he is.
There we go.
Hey,
That
Cal,
boy
what's up,
Cal
my
got his
brother?
popcorn
Shout
ready.
out to Cal. What up?
So
Boozy, what up, my guy?
What up, bro?
What is
Apologize for
going
the
on
technical
with you?
difficulties, but I'm here.
Hey, you know what it is. It wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be real if you weren't late. So
Facts.
we're gonna
Facts. You know I always gotta make an intro. You know how that go.
he said it wouldn't be real if he wasn't late.
Wouldn't be.
Oh
Right.
my goodness. Hold on. We got another guest coming in. I can't see a video though.
You can't see a video.
No, I don't see a video.
That's
I
Miss
don't
Smiley
see.
back.
There we go.
Welcome back.
Miss
Chantel, what's
Tremble.
going
Hello, what up,
on?
though?
Chantel, what's up?
Oh, y'all in the same house. Oh,
Oh
y'all hood.
Lord.
Oh, y'all hood with
Oh
it. Okay.
Lord.
Y'all being hood with
Well,
it. Okay. I like the hood festivities.
welcome.
The hood festivities.
Somebody gotta cut something off.
Oh, mine.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, y'all got to turn off the. Y'all got to turn the background of the. I don't know if y'all got us on the TV
Yeah.
or what, but just turn this down back there. Then should be straight. But we do have the Trinity in the
The
building, and we
Trinity
do
is in the
have Miss
building. Make some
Campbell in the building, and Miss Tillman in the
noise.
building, Miss Smiley in the building. So let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Hey, since we
Do this.
have since we have the squad in the building, ladies, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we do before each show. So I hope you have your glasses ready, your red cups ready,
I
whatever
had
you
to get
got
mine
in your hands,
together.
whatever you got. We about to go ahead and do this toast, man. So please, everyone in the panel, please get your glasses ready, get your cups ready,
Yeah.
whatever you got.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have come together once again for conversation, camaraderie, discussing topics that are so relevant to men and women in today's society. This is the second Maleroom After Dark show, and we are so happy to have everybody that's viewing and everybody that done went ahead and hopped on in this fire. Shout
Oh,
out to my brother JB. I love you, my boy. Busy. I love you, my boy.
love
We
you, my
are
boy.
on season 2, and we keeping it moving, and we are progressing, and we appreciate y'all being here, man. We're gonna have some fun tonight, man. With
Sure.
that being said, as we
Everybody
But
embark.
Embark.
on another round table that has turned into the Mail Room show, let us never ever forget our viewers and the foundation that is our Trinity. Let's get it.
For sure. For sure. Appreciate it. Go.
Ugh.
She said, "Oh,
You know how I hit you in your neck bone? Right here?
neck bone
The
connected
probably
to the
say,
collarbone.
yep.
Collarbone connected to the chest bone. Chest bone.
Woo.
Yes, sir,
All
man.
right. So we do have a little icebreaker topic. We got enough people on the panel that we can go ahead and go in and get this started off right, man. Y'all ready,
Get it
fellas?
poppin'.
What y'all think? Y'all ready?
Let's get it popping, man.
We
Let's get it
good.
popping.
All right, let's get it. The icebreaker topic, ladies and gentlemen, does what a person posts on social media help or harm their character? Does what a person posts on social media help or harm their character?
Oh yeah.
Uh, I think I'm gonna do it like this. Can I do it like this? Can I do it like this? Can I do it like this? I think I want our moderator, Miss Sean Tillman, to kick us off on this one, please, ma'am.
Why you gotta start with me,
Cause
Rob?
I said so.
Let's get it.
What was the question again? You gonna
Goddamn.
It's down there on the ticker.
Read
You can
it.
see it. It's down there on the ticker. Does what a person posts on social media help or harm their character?
I think a little both.
Okay.
Okay.
I definitely think it can harm. Um, it, it just I guess it all depends on what they post. And how they're presenting themselves, but it's a little of both. It can
Hmm.
hurt or not harm them. I mean, it just depends on what they posting, I guess.
Okay. Um, do you think people are always going into some of their posts with the right mind?
No, not always. No.
Hmm. Where you think their
I mean,
mind? Where you think their mind is?
I think that some people might have good intention of probably going there with the right mind or whatever, but some you can get off track.
Hmm.
Like, they can just get off track and go left with it, and you'd be like, dang, is that how you really feel? That's how you really are. And I think sometimes people can really put their feelings on the
Mm. Come on, get in there. Get in there.
I know you
Oh,
holding back,
yeah,
man. This is
get
after
up in
dark. We don't
there.
hold
they
back here.
they go
You
into they
Yeah.
definitely go into their feelings
Okay.
where I always have this saying that I don't feel like you should be exploring your business, or if you're going through something
hmm
and you're just gonna put it on Facebook. Not everybody needs to know your business.
Facts. I agree with that.
Nobody would never have known you going through something, but it's what you post, and you be like, "Oh, she's going through something,"
Yeah.
or you just know. So I just don't feel like everybody should be exploring everything or putting everything on Facebook
Hmm.
or whatever platform they are putting it on.
Okay.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
What's up?
Yeah, I think people don't always have. I don't think people always have the right state of mind going into it. You know, I'm definitely not a big fan of posting everything on Facebook. I think certain things need to stay within yourself or within your circle. If you need to vent, vent to them. If you don't have nobody to vent to, you better talk to God. I don't play that. I just don't think that everything needs to be exposed on social
I
media.
think sometimes I think that sometimes I feel like certain people they what they put on Facebook, even if they are, let's just say they're talking about someone else, or they
Mm-hmm.
feel like this person, this is how they feel about that person. In reality, sometimes it's not even you're putting something bad out of another person, and it might just be you.
Facts.
And you just put it out there like that
Mm,
and
Facts.
letting people think the wrong thing when it turn out you the problem.
It's out there. Yeah,
mm.
I feel that. Miss Smiley, can you please give us your opinion on this topic, please, ma'am?
I agree with Sean. I feel like it can be good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're trying to promote something and you use it as business, I feel like it could be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I agree with Sean. Everybody always posting extra stuff. Like you post you on vacation, somebody you know where you stay, they gonna go break in your house to get your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know, you just seeing stuff on social media about you don't like a person, then other people chime in and it just get worse. So I feel like it can go good and bad basically.
Absolutely.
So I do
Miss
agree.
Smiley, have you? Oh, my bad. My bad.
No, I'm good. What were you
Miss
gonna ask me?
Smiley, have you ever like kind of
Oh,
distanced yourself from social media or stayed off of it, like based off some posts you might have seen, like continuous posts about certain things that you like? Why are these people posting this? Why is this here? Has it made you want to like, kind of remove yourself from social media for a certain time period because of all the posts you've seen that you probably feel don't really necessarily need to be posted?
um, luckily I never had to go through that. Seeing people post crazy stuff. For some reason, the people that I friend on Facebook, they just say shit that's funny. So I never had nobody vent out and just be like, we're at a point where I'm like, I need to get rid of them as a friend. If I had
Mhm.
that, that's what I would do. So I wouldn't have to see they post.
Yeah, I feel that. And I know some people personally that kind of let what they see on social media affect them being active on it, and it's a mental thing. Everybody responds differently to everything. Me, I just just keep scrolling. I don't let it get to me.
Yeah.
I feel it. Oh, Miss Chantel, you better turn that camera back on. You on?
She tried to hop out the fire and
She
still
tried to
got
hop out
burned.
the fire because she knew I was coming to her. You see how quick that it was
Still got
rapid.
burned up
It
too,
was
buddy.
it was rapid. It was real quick. It was very very quick when she turned that camera on.
Yeah.
While we waiting on Chantel, man, damn busy. Goddamn, I was about to go.
Dang,
Okay,
he
I can
did
still hear
it.
you, bro. I mean,
everybody
come on,
did.
man. Don't get like this. I can still hear you,
Everybody
though.
did.
I can still talk.
While we waiting on Miss Chantel, busy. Give us
But
your thoughts on this, my brethren.
I think that for the most part, what we see on our news feeds definitely harms the person harm the person's character more so than it uh does help. Because a lot of times people post stuff. Let's just be real. Can we keep it a Kobe? People post stuff because they want attention.
Thank you.
And the thing about it is that you could tell when a person want attention. They post all the most personal stuff. They do these indirect posts where they talking about somebody else, but they don't mention the person's name, but they kind of hint around the situation for the attention. Then in the comments, it'd be like, "Yeah, girl," and "Yeah, boy," yeah, and all this and all these amen people, and it's like, come on, like, why are
Mm.
y'all doing this? So I think for the most part, for the most part, it does depend. I mean, it is a very subjective question. It does depend, but at the same time, you know, most of the people on the news feeds, man, when I'm just scrolling through just to peruse, it's like it's always somebody. just want attention. Like, I'm just having a bad day. Y'all pray for me. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, I just broke up with my boyfriend, so I'm single for the summer. I'm sad, but I'm single for the summer. And it's like, here we go. Then it'll be like 50 comments, like 40% of the comments be like, oh, girl, don't worry about that. Just get another man. He lost, he messed up. Da, 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 da. It's automatically a man fault. She didn't get no details. She just left it out there. And it's like, all right, here we go. Now it's another attention. It's another attention tactic instead of it being a tactic, a tool that's used for the betterment of something that's a little bit more significant. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I'm a pause with my rest of what I was gonna say and bring up Sabrina LaShawn up here for a minute. What up, though? What up, though?
Miss Sabrina LaShawn, what up, though? Welcome.
She must still be driving because her video went out.
You
But yeah,
driving?
you
Or
can go ahead.
we
You can go ahead, Chantel,
forgot
if
to
you want
turn
to,
the
man. But
camera
that's all
on.
I was gonna say for now.
I feel that. Miss Chantel, how you feel about this topic, man? The social media, um, is,
I'm
is
playing
what a
games
person supposed
again.
to
I'm
get.
sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
it's all good. It's all
it's
good. We
all
got you
good,
up
Miss.
there.
It's
You,
all good, Miss Sabrina
you had a
LaShawn.
little bit of a delay, but it was cool.
It's
Hello,
all good.
everyone. Hello.
What's
Okay,
up?
Hello.
what's
What
the
up,
topic?
Welcome,
though?
welcome, welcome. You see the topic on the banner, Miss. You see the
She's
topic on the banner, Miss
driving. She
Sabrina?
can't read.
Yeah,
I
she
can't
can't.
see. I'm driving.
Yeah.
Okay,
I had
it's
to.
all
I
good.
had to get. I'll go get Q. I had to go get Q for y'all tonight.
Oh, we appreciate that.
Ooh, eyebrows on fleek.
No, but since you came in,
Yo,
Sabrina.
big girl,
Right
first.
now, we doing an
Right quick.
icebreaker topic. The question is, does what a person posts on social media help or harm their character? And right now, Miss Chantel is gonna give us her take on it.
Okay.
Yes, Miss Tremble. Yes, you on mute, by the way.
You on mute, sweetie?
I'm on mute.
Yeah.
No, Sabrina,
Yeah,
not
sir.
you.
No, not you, Sabrina.
Sorry about that.
Hold on.
Well, I
Whatever's in
totally
the
agree with
background.
everyone.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Whatever's in the background is making an echo. So if y'all watching the show on another device, you might want to turn it down or mute it because it's creating an echo. Just want to let you know.
Not just that, it's for the fact that if people are sitting close to each other, the mics are picking up each other.
That too. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, I
cause
totally agree with everyone. Um, but I kind of had situations with a little bit of everything. Um, personal, business, pointless. I done seen it all, but it some of it don't make sense to me. But some of it I have seen situations to where they're crying out for help. So I really don't know which way to go with that sometimes. So some of it is it's good to have an eye and an ear, and some of it's like, can you get the hell off?
Right.
So that's kind of my intake on that.
so do you think social media has kind of like do you think that people are starting to depend too much on it to vent and crying out for help? Do you think that people are overusing it for that purpose?
Well, I think they put too much on there, and some people don't put enough on there when they're crying out for help. Because if you're a person that kind of know how to read between the lines with anything, you'll pick it up.
I believe that. I believe that. Do you think that like what about the people that post things in hopes that people like how they post things and it's like a subliminal message to somebody in hopes that they pick it up instead of just reaching out to that person? Do you think it's used for that too?
I see a lot of that happening, and to me personally, I feel. I mean, we all grown in here. I feel that's some weak ass shit. Truthfully.
I think it is too. Thank you. I'm glad
I
somebody said it.
mean, that's like a really punk move because you should be able to go to your sister or brother and talk about it. If you can't,
Absolutely.
I mean, sit your ass there, cool off, and write it down, whatever. But I mean, somewhere got to draw the line. But taking it to social
I
media,
believe that.
that's pointless as hell.
I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah, okay.
Appreciate that. Jabrosi. Talk to
Sir,
me, my brother. Talk to me.
when people use social media for emotional validation, that's when it becomes harmful to me. You know what I'm saying? When you start doing that type of thing, when you are any event in your own life and you want to post a parabolic statement like Tay said, and you don't know who they talking to, what they talking about, but it's towards someone. And when they use just the platform just to expose their feelings, sometimes it can be harmful because what it does, it shows the mirror on you and the way you think and the way you handle situations. And so, and if you're using it, and you can tell when somebody's using it for emotional validation because they post often, uh,
Yes.
they post about everything. They're long winded. You know what I'm saying? And they always seem like they got a hold of the situation before they even post. That's emotional validation. That's just what that is. They just want to get the amen choir like my man Tay B be saying. You know what I'm saying? They just want people to follow them like that. And when you start doing that on a daily, when that becomes a regular for you, and somebody mentioned that, like you ain't got no outlet, you ain't got nobody to talk to like that, you just post it for the world to see. That's when it start harming your character. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I'm not a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of people just doing that just to get their praises online. You know what I'm saying? Because what it does, even if you're wrong about what you're thinking, you think you're right because of the amen choir. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody, you know what I'm saying, that look at the statement and be like, okay, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you think you're right because you got 40 people that's like, yeah, what's up? That's what's up, girl. Do your thing, boy. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And that can look a little bit harmful to the people with common sense. I'll say that notice that something's wrong with it. It just looks wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it becomes harmful.
Mm.
But people just use it as just an outlet. You know what I'm saying? An emotional outlet at that. Like they can't talk to whoever they got an issue with. They can't talk to what I'm saying, to nobody on the low. They gotta put it out there for everybody to see. That's pretty harmful, man.
Yeah, I can't do the posts that say long post alert at the top or the ones that say read more at the bottom. It's a wrap. Can't do it.
Too much.
Too much. Too much. Too much. I ain't got that much time. I'm not here for that. Can't do it. Call
Yeah.
somebody, talk to somebody, talk to Jesus. Like I said,
Yeah, yeah.
is I can't do it. I agree with you, my brother. Miss Sabrina, you came right on time to get on in on the fire. What you think about this topic? How you feel about it?
Well, she dropped off in the fire
Oh,
again.
well, we lost her again. We
Yeah.
lost her
She'll be
again.
back.
But no,
She'll
I
be
agree
back.
with everybody. I agree with everybody on the panel as well. I think to each his own. Everybody's going to use social media what they want to use it for. I do think that to answer the question, I do think that it can harm your character in a way if that's your only way of expressing how you feel because it's pretty much unfiltered. You can say whatever you want. You can respond to however you want in whatever way. And when you just type and your emotions are going and you post that, it's there. And some people might look at it like, I don't know about that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Because if we're talking about can posts help or harm you, we're probably most likely talking about those posts that are harm. Because if we was just talking about just regular posts, because most people, they come on there. A lot of people they come on there, they post silly stuff. They post food. I still don't get that shit. But they post, you know what I'm saying? They post, what they doing. They post vacations and maybe some they've achieved that they just want to express to people. But we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about does it help or harm? We wouldn't be asking that question if we didn't feel a lot of times it can harm some people, man.
But let me also bring a little balance to it too, because it can help as well. Like you said, you mentioned something about food. It's a lot of chefs and
Yeah,
restaurateurs
yeah, I get
and like
that.
people
Yeah,
that work and people that do it at home. And then you never know, like somebody can out of nowhere just like be like reach out like, hey, that plate looks nice. Like,
fact.
would you like to, you know what I'm saying? So if it's you see, social media is a tool. It should be used as a tool. And the thing about it is it depends on who handles that tool is the way that tool becomes the the way you use it will determine if you're using it based on its
That's for
purpose
you.
or based on a as a weapon. Because see, you can use the same thing in many different ways, but it's still a knife. You know, a steak knife is for steak, but if you use it to harm somebody else, then that becomes a murder weapon.
Nice point, my
Still
brother.
a knife. You know what I'm saying? So it's like social media to me, I think about it like a tool. And depending on your skill set and how you operate as a person on a daily basis, will let me know just by watching your actions the type of person you are based on the type of tool you're using. So
Can we get a
depending on
poll real quick? God damn, I ain't know you. Did y'all hear
Pretty
that?
dope, man.
Did y'all hear that?
That's very dope. The first one to shoot. Feel you. I knew it.
you know, different.
Can I get one more poll? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, just let me explain something. Let me explain something. Y'all gotta understand. Us three, we don't talk often. Believe it or not. So when we around each other and we get them gems, we gotta stop for a second and say,
Yeah, we
God
got to pause.
damn,
Let's take a pause.
you
Okay.
my
That's
homie? Like
facts.
you my nigga? Like you? I'm
Facts.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah. But that was a very good point, my brother. It's and when
No,
I
yeah.
say food, I mean people that's be out at restaurants every other
Oh
weekend.
no, I know what you meant. I know what you meant, but I just wanted to
Oh, the
clarify that too
Alfredo
because,
and
I
chicken.
think Chantel was talking about. I think that some people will use it for just like
Huh?
we were all kind of like echo chamber in that whole point about people using it for the validation, especially how Jay was talking about it, like the emotional validation point. That's where it becomes dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And so when it becomes dangerous in that aspect, again, that is showing you that is the foreshadow of what that person's character is based on how they're using it. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mm-hmm.
would matter. It's just like anything. It's all a tool, and if you use it in moderation, it can help you or it can harm you. So it can do a little bit of both. So
Mm-hmm.
I know Miss Sabrina was
Real.
next. I ain't gonna take up her time.
That's real. That's real. Who's next?
Sabrina.
Oh, Sabrina, go
Yeah,
ahead.
she
Go
already
ahead, my
told that.
lady.
Yeah.
Well, I look at it just kind of like the same way. I came in on the end with y'all, so I really don't know what all was said, but I post stuff because I get paid for it. So
Talk.
I post stuff, and once a month I get my check.
Talk.
So you know, it don't be directed at nobody. It ain't directed in my life. It ain't directed at how with me or anything like that. It's directed about the money. So
Oh,
that's
real.
what I do. So that's how I look at it.
Have you ever got caught up in that emotional
Yeah,
post?
I have.
Had
Yes, I
people
have.
as your
I have. I have had a post where I had to check somebody, let them know that I wasn't playing with them, and then if they had an
okay.
issue, they know where I was. I have had a fuck you post before. I have had emotional posts. I've had all of those, but right now, I ain't got none of them because I don't care how nobody feel about me. I ain't nobody out here that I can say fuck you to. Right now, it's all about my money.
Talk. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. Period.
So to answer the question, what do you think? Yes or no?
Mm, I'm gonna go half and half.
Half and half.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna
got.
go
I
half and
think
half.
we all got the iced tea lemonade drink on this show
Yeah,
right now. We got
A
the
little bit.
You
A
know
yeah.
this
remember
too.
the Arnold
Yeah.
Palmer iced tea Arizona joint with the
And
hat
A
then
on
little
the
strip,
bit.
back.
and then shake it all up and add a little something in there.
That
Yeah,
boy up. You know what I'm saying? I got a question.
yeah.
I got a question about this, if I may.
Yes, sir.
That boy said that Facebook money is look good for gas. Facebook gas money. That Facebook gas money
Look,
came
not,
in handy, my boy. I'm trying to
look,
tell you right now. Hey,
look, my tank take 100 plus, so there ain't no gas money to me.
I got a question for the ladies, man. How y'all feel about women and men who post their relationships on social media?
Mm.
Anybody can dive in on that. And
To me, it's all cute until that nigga got you egg on your fucking forehead.
Uh,
That's how I look at it. Yeah, it's cute, but then really is
Until.
that mother look. Mm-mm. Nah, mm-mm. Mm-mm. Did you just
Nope.
do this? You ain't
You
looking
Yes,
done
at
he
me.
lost. You
did.
done
Yes,
lost
he
me.
did.
You done
Yes,
lost.
he did.
You
You
done
said with
lost.
your relationship, you out there
You done
posting this.
lost.
You, listen, you
Oh,
said you posting how you feel like posting about your relationship. Okay, I'm posting that I'm with somebody. And then they go over there posting on somebody else's page with somebody too. So no, I don't go up and push my relationship. Me personally, no, I don't. Nope, nope,
first you
nope.
said it's cute.
It's cute, but nope. Mm-mm. It
That's
cute.
It's cute. It's
It
cute,
cute.
but nope.
top of the song.
It cute.
You can't just sing the
It's
vamp.
cute, but
You
nope.
got to sing the whole
Listen,
song now.
it
You
cute.
said it was cute
It cute, but
until you had to put egg on your
it cute.
forehead.
It cute. Until you look around, you got egg on your forehead. Until somebody look around, got egg on their forehead. You right.
So
You
why
right.
do it? So why do it from the jump then?
I don't do it in the from the jump. I
I
don't
just said
post nobody on my page. I
I
said
didn't say
it's
you.
cute. Oh,
I
I'm
just
about to
said
say it's
you making it
cute.
personal. Chill. It's a topic. It's a conversation.
You right as a topic. I gotta give you a little attitude
Yeah,
behind it,
you
right?
making
I
it
can't give you
personal.
no attitude behind it. I can't give you a little attitude behind it, Jay. I can't
You
give
can
you a
get
little
all the
attitude
attitude you want. I don't have no attitude. I'm just gonna see what you feel.
You
You know
know
I gotta
Sabrina's
mess
gonna
with you.
come.
Quit
You
playing.
know,
You know I gotta mess with you. I don't even know
you
why
know
you acting
Sabrina's
like you
gonna
don't
mess
know
with you,
that.
brother.
Listen, you can't mess with the messer. You feel me? I'm the
You knew she
king
was
of
gonna. You knew she was
the
gonna
court.
do it.
I
She did
know
it
you
last
is, but
year.
I,
It's
but
my
I'm
problem
but I'm
now.
stepping
It's
on
my
your
problem.
toes.
Don't
I'm
do
right
it.
behind you
She gonna
though.
do it.
I'm right behind
Here
you
we
though.
She did
go.
it
I'm
last
right
Always
year.
behind you
want to do
though.
with the
I'm right
messer.
behind you though. I'm
I
right
got
behind you
this.
though.
I got this.
We know you got this, but you
I'll
know I
tell
gotta
out
still mess
me.
with you.
Mm, mm,
Hey, busy. You
mm.
knew it was coming, my boy.
He know it's coming. So you know why he trying to pretend like he wasn't coming. Don't make me go in the house. Don't make me go in the house to get my big red cup now. Quit playing.
Go
Don't
ahead
make me
and
go
get
get the
it.
big
Oh, you
red
talking about
cup.
the cup from last
Go
year
get
with the
it.
grown
Don't
woman
make me go
haircut?
get the cup now.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
make
go
me
get
go
the
get the
grown
cup.
woman haircut. Go ahead,
Don't
go
make
ahead.
me
Go
get
get
the
the
grown
grown
woman
woman
cup.
haircut. Yeah,
Don't make
Say,
me get
let
the
her
grown
know.
woman
yeah.
cup.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
Don't
ahead.
let me get the
Say, let her
grown
know.
woman
What
cup
what
on
they used
you.
to call you, Tay?
Go
What they
ahead
used
and
to
get
call you,
it.
Tay?
Don't
It's the
make me get
grown
the
woman
grown woman cup
haircut.
on you. Don't make me
Yeah,
go get it. Don't
yeah,
make me go pull it out now.
yeah.
She
Go
look,
ahead.
she been retired since the last season. Now don't make her come out the second season now.
Oh,
Oh
bring
shit.
them out, bring them out.
Hey, Tay,
I
what they
don't
used to
think
call you?
I
What they
don't think
call you?
you
What they
I
used to
don't
call
think
you,
you
Tay?
ready. I don't think you ready for it. I don't think you ready
First of
for it.
all,
I don't think
none
you
of
ready
us,
for it.
none of us could see the cup once it was in your hand. Let's just be clear. No one could
Oh,
see
So
it.
that tell
shots
you what the
fired.
hand do. That tell you what the
You
hand
smell
do.
it, and then it disappeared. It did a Houdini, like,
There you go. There you go. So
oh,
Shots
that
fired.
hand ain't no
it
joke.
was
That
time
hand
to
ain't
look
no
at me
joke.
like the Negro
That
say.
hand ain't no joke. That hand ain't no joke.
Hey,
Shots fired.
Back to
That hand ain't no joke.
hey, I digress.
Woo.
Okay. All right. Let's come on.
Woo.
Bring it
This
back to the topic. Bring it back to the
this
topic.
funny moment
Woo.
is brought to you by the Maleroom Network.
I came with you.
We do not.
Your boy Cal said someone called none your business. He said I met someone called none your business online. We keep them combos private. I feel that. I
I
definitely
hear
feel
that.
that.
I hear that,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
We do not own the rights to
There she
whatever the
go.
fuck
There she go.
Sabrina just said.
Hey,
What's
Hey.
up, Lisa?
What's up? What's up?
Welcome. Welcome to the Maleroom After Dark Show, Lisa. Hey, you see the topic in the banner. Everybody has given their takes. Sabrina and Busy just verbally kicked each other's ass. Can you please give your
Yeah,
opinion?
speak your mind. And if it's, yeah, if I say,
Sean be forgetting to mute.
uh,
Hey,
I mean, for real.
Hey, I got everybody back if they forget.
that wasn't me. I was mute.
I
That was
see
not
that
me.
boy JB putting in work right now. He like,
I'm
okay,
getting everybody back if y'all
I'm
forget.
hitting everybody mute button. Let's go, Jay. But Miss Lisa, welcome again. You see the question in the banner. This is our icebreaker topic. Let us know how you feel about if what people post on social media helps or harms their character.
um, I mean, I'm 50-50, like I would say, because it depends on what you're posting about. Like for me, I have a business, so a lot of time I post what I'm doing. But then I had on moments where I see something funny, I'm gonna post that too. But it'll be anything. So it'll be I'm sad, I'm happy. You don't know what's going on with me in my life, though. That's the thing about it. Like if you're gonna
Yeah.
post it, but you ain't gotta tell the truth, at least for me. So if somebody was to go on my page, I'm just gonna say me. Go on my page, they looking at what I'm posting, they're gonna be like, this girl crazy, she's silly. She authentic. She got a business. She about her money. She about her grind. She's sleepy. She tired. She hungry. So you never know. So I mean, I don't know. I'm teetering that
That's
bar.
that person, the different
Ooh.
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I'm gonna ask the entire panel. Have y'all ever been one of those people who may have read too much into a post?
Nah, nah.
Nah,
First of
busy.
all,
Nah,
first of
busy.
all, I don't care that much. And second of all, it's right in your face. Like most people give you all the clues. Like they do. They don't even know how to hide it. They just because whoever's posting it, they so emotional. You don't even have to read into it. You can just look at it for what it is and be like, okay, this person is hurt.
Right.
Let's move
Yeah.
on to a happy post. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's that. I never have read it more to a post like that. But I have extracted some stuff from a post that someone has done. I've
Mm.
definitely used it as case studies plenty of time. I do that pretty much often. I do that.
Ha!
Yeah, I mean, people. There's a lot of case studies out here, man.
That boy
It's
put
a
that work
lot
in.
of case studies out here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That
All you gotta
boy,
do is pay attention, man. You'll see it.
that boy
Yep.
put that work. Anybody else on the panel ever dove a little bit too deep into somebody's post?
No, not too much to care, to be honest. Because
Yeah.
those that I know, like my true friends, I already know. If I see a certain post or way they phrase something, I'm like, okay, something going on. Or if I see it and they be like, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like in their verbalism. I'm like, okay, no, they straight. Ain't nothing going on. But you always gonna send that text message like, you all right? You okay? You
Mm-hmm.
need something? But for the most part,
Yeah.
no. Because
Yeah.
people be
The post
lying.
made you do. The post made you do a wellness.
People do this,
Sometimes,
man.
yeah, you never know. They say check on your strong friends.
No
But
doubt. That's real. That's
That's a
real.
fact. That's a
sometimes
fact right there. Check
they
on
be
your
lying
strong
too.
friend.
Yeah, that's real though. That's real. Anybody else read too deep into somebody's post, or did it make you do a wellness check at least?
Well,
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Wellness check.
Yeah. When the
Yeah,
last time that
sometimes
happened?
it
When the last
does.
time that happened, John?
I mean, it's been some months, but sometimes it just depends if you know that person and if they put something on there where that's out the normal, and you be like, okay, let me just make sure she good. Or it could be a person that just had like death in their family and they just going through it, and you just like, okay, let me check on them.
Yeah.
I
So
feel that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Uh, Anybody else got anything to say on this one? Because I think we about ready to move on to our featured topic for the After Dark show, man. This is a good one. Y'all know it. Anybody else want to? Anybody else? Yeah. Anybody else want to dive in on this one before we switch it up? Perfection. Well, y'all know what time it is, man. Even though we came here to chill and kick it with y'all, we got to talk about something. So we're going to dive into this feature for the Maleroom After Dark, man. Brothers, are y'all ready?
let's do it.
Just welcoming in.
Panel, are you ready?
Oh Lord.
All right. So, you know what I'm saying? So the question is it truly a detriment or a compliment to the outcomes of women who label themselves strong and independent? I want y'all to check this video out real quick. No volume, busy. That's, we're going to have to play it again.
Hold on. Somebody said there wasn't no sound.
Yeah. I don't think anybody can hear it, bro.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Hey, but this is after dark, man. This is unfiltered. This is what we do. It's all right. We gonna get that popping.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. Here we go. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a compliment. I never hear a man that is raising children
Can y'all hear that, by the way? Can everybody hear it?
in a room say, I'm mom and dad. He never becomes overly feminine because he's raising children. But we as women become overly masculine because we are raising children, because I'm mom and dad and I got to do all these things, right? And now I put extra stuff on me. And then I say, ain't nobody helping me. Well, nobody told you to do that. There is help available, all because I was trying to overcompensate for what daddy wasn't doing. I didn't have to be mom and dad. Now they got Mr. Chris and Mr. Eric over here. And I took them to be a part of different organizations because when you think of something strong, you do not think of coming to the aid of it. And when we are looked at and walk around as strong, what we're putting out is, I do not need assistance. I don't need your help. So anytime a man says, oh, I love it, you're so strong, I said, no, I'm not strong. I'm resilient. I'm not independent. I'm interdependent. Because nobody ever comes to the aid of the strong person. So when I'm around men, my wrists are broke. These do not address me as a strong.
There it is.
Man, that was deep. That was deep. That was a very, very deep insight. Ladies, how y'all feel about that? Let's go with Miss Smiley. How you feel about that? You muted.
You're on mute.
Sorry. I was saying that I can see her point of how women have to be strong, as she say. Just because they probably don't have a person to lean on, I don't think that's a really great characteristic for a woman, especially when she's trying to date a man. Because I know a man don't want a strong woman, because then what's the point of him? So, that's my take. I feel like, I feel like it should be a balance. To if you it should be a balance where he has a role.
Okay. So you feel for women labels themselves as strong as independent, there's no room in her life for a man's role.
Right, because she can do everything.
Okay.
So what's the point of him?
I feel it. Okay. That's dope. That's dope. Miss Lisa, how you feel about that?
I agree. Again, talking about me personally, like sometimes we as women, we put ourselves in some positions where we take on that characteristic unknowingly. Not, I wouldn't say unknowingly, but like you step into that role and you just like, oh, well, it's okay, I could do it, or no, you ain't gotta go wash the car, I'll go do it. Like you just used to taking care of yourself. And then at the end, we end up saying, oh, well, we're so masculine, or he never did this, or he doesn't do this for me, and wonder why. It's like, well, you kind of gave him the leeway of saying, all right, you don't need me to do that stuff, so I'm step to the side. When you need me, come holler at me. I've been put in that. I put myself in that position. So that's why I say it's like, I don't know. I agree. But then, yeah.
So Miss Smiley and Alicia, you all agree that it's more of a detriment than a compliment.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be. Yeah, definitely.
All right, very good explanations. Miss Sabrina, how you feel about this topic? Detriment or a compliment?
To me, it could be like a 50-50.
Okay. You just
because you could be
you came from bingo or a raffle because you did 50-50 on both of some business.
Because you could still be, you could shut up. Ah. That was rude to me, but but no, because you could still be a strong, independent. Come back, Tay. Come back, Tay.
I
Come
almost did what he
back,
did.
Tay. Right now, Tay. Could play now, stop. But no, you could be a strong, independent woman, but you have to know when. I ain't gonna say bow down, but you have to know when to be submissive to your man. You have to know that. You know how to know your place and your role. You just don't. You just don't. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. You got to know how to stand back and be a woman and not stand in that man in that masculinity. You got to understand that. I mean, you got to be able to know when to, because you could be an independent woman, but you don't have to always be in your man's face and growling and grilling that I'm independent and I'm strong. Because ain't no man gonna want no weak woman. And ain't no man gonna want a woman that's gonna bow down. And ain't no man gonna want a woman that cannot stand on her own when it needs to be that. Because you never know when the time comes when something's wrong with him. You got to stand up and stand in it for him. So that's why I say it's a 50-50. You just have to know how to tone it back when it needs be. You got to know how to wear them cute, pretty girl panties when you need to wear them. That's how I
So
look at
you,
it.
so you think it's a detriment and a compliment, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
50-50.
because what man want a weak, timid woman? Literally.
Right.
Don't no man want no weak, timid woman that can't
Right.
stand up. My thing is let me change it up. You in a relationship. Yes, you're gonna be what your man wants you to be. But in the same token, when you need to bow down, I ain't gonna say bow down, but you need to back up and let him be that man that the man that's going to lead and is going to do all what he needs to do as a man to make sure you okay. You got to know where your role. You just can't be, oh baby, I got it. I got this. Like she said, like Smiley said, then you don't what you need a man for. You got to know your
Mm-hmm.
place. You got to understand your place. You got to understand that he's the head. You're not the head. You're not. He is. He's meant to be the head. We're not. We have to understand that. We have to fall back when we need to fall back. But when we have to be strong and independent, then we need to stand up for that.
Well said.
Because he gonna need
We
that
are,
someday. So
I have
I
a
mean,
question.
that's
I have
just
a
how I
question.
feel about it. Yes.
I have a
well,
question.
No.
okay. Well
I have
said.
a
Go ahead,
question.
Mm-mm.
Dizzy.
So
No, I'm just playing.
I have a question.
She
So
said,
if you're strong, I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from because your
Okay.
answer is not definitive. It sounds like a little bit of word salad. So I'm trying to bring it to where I can understand it.
Okay. Well, come on. Okay.
So if you're strong and independent, independence is basically means you don't need any assistance. So if you're strong and independent, then how does the characteristic of a helpmeet that is made naturally from a woman's nature, how does that come into play if you're strong and independent? So how do you back it up? How do you Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde that? How are you able to
I
be
mean,
this?
it's not
How
a,
are you able to be
it's
this
not
and
a
this
Dr.
and then go
It's
back
not a,
to this? Like I
no,
don't.
it's not a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because like now, I'm not gonna say I'm a strong, independent woman, but I'm handling what I need to handle. But if I had a man involved, I know my place. I know my place. I know that, okay, that's my man. I'm not gonna bump him. I'm not gonna bump up against him. I'm not gonna be all on his neck and his chest and hollering I'm a strong, independent woman and I got this. I don't need you. No, I ain't no. I need you. I want a man. I need a man in my life. So I'm not saying like, okay, I know how to dial it down. No, I know my place. Like now, I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm weak. I can't handle my bills. I can't pay my bills. I can't do this. I can't run my business because I'm not strong. I'm not independent. I can't do that. I have to take care of what I gotta take care of. So I have to stand on my own for right now. But when God bring that person in my life, then I know that's not me. I have to come on now. I can't do that. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I want. But I have to handle my business. I'm not weak minded. I'm not weak. I have to stand up on my own right now and take care of myself.
Tay, rebuttal.
So it's
I
not
don't have a
no
rebuttal. I was
Dr.
trying to
Jekyll and
get
Mr.
clarity.
Hyde.
I'm trying to
It's not
understand
no.
what.
I'm just saying it's not no. I'm just saying it's not no Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because I'm not a weak woman.
No, but I'm
I
not
know that
saying
I
the
have
way.
to do what I gotta do. Okay,
But the way
go ahead.
you were explaining it, it sounds like you can switch it off real fast. Like
No,
like
I know my place. No, I
right. I
know
know
my place.
right, but you
I know
said
my
while you're with
place.
a man. I'm just trying to get understanding. The way you were explaining it was while you're with a man, you can be strong and
Like
independent.
she said, like she said, like she said, when I'm around a man and that's who my wrist is broke. But I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my man. But I said if it comes a time where I have to stand up and be that individual for him, because anything can happen. He can get hurt. He can do that. He can do this. I have to stand up and be that strong woman for him if he can't do it. Because anything can happen. You get sick. You can have a heart attack. A man can have a heart attack. A man can get sick. A man can have a broke arm. A man can lose his job. When I'm gonna stand back and tell you, oh, I know I can't. No, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying like I could turn it on and off. No, no, no. I know my place. I know my place.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We're
All
gonna
right.
switch it up. We're gonna get one of the brethren's point of view. Then we're gonna go back.
Oh, we got
Then we're
Miss
gonna
Aubrey
go
in the
back.
building, man. She just walked. She just came on in the building, though, man. Miss Aubrey.
Shout out to Aubrey. We see you, Aubrey. Thanks for joining the panel.
Hey everybody.
Appreciate
Hey,
you tapping in, Aubrey. We're gonna switch it. We're gonna switch a little bit, and we're gonna get a male point of view off this, and then we're gonna go back to the ladies. I think I'm gonna go to. I was gonna go to Chantel next. Well, I was gonna go to Sean, but it looked like she's on her way to bingo, and then I'll go to Chantel. I'll do that. I'm gonna switch it up and go to JB right now.
Yeah, Chantel's not
Do
even
a
on the panel,
funny
man. She
ride.
just got off. Well, this.
Boozy, how you feel about this, my brother?
You want me to keep it a beam, man?
Let's go.
All right. So I'm gonna keep it 100. I hope everybody grown. This it's facts. This question is stemmed from the young and immature modern day minded chick. That's where it comes from. Because that type of woman expresses the fact that she's strong and independent so much as an output that it leaves no room for anybody to help, as like they said in the video. So these are the only type of, to me, I'm just being clear, as a way I feel. It's the only type of women that says this, And to them, to that type of woman, it is a detriment to me. I agree with I agree with what the women said so far. You know, no guy is attracted to that. No guy is attracted to the fact of you have to state your status of the fact of how good you're doing in life by yourself constantly. Ain't no like mature man wants to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like we glad that you are.
An
You
adult. Yeah,
should,
I'm happy for that.
as an individual, you know what I'm saying? Like as an adult, like because
I'm
we're
glad
all
you're an adult.
adults.
Sure.
You should be able to handle yourself anyway. So that's on an adult standpoint. Before we even get to men and women. And then since we're, and if you want to take it to the men and women part, I'm even cool with the fact that you're, the strong and independent, because that type of woman that can be strong and independent without saying it is a compliment to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could just do it, you ain't got to proclaim it to me all the time. You ain't got to proclaim it to your op all the time. You understand what I'm saying? If you could just do it, then that's what's up. So for the ones, I'm strong and independent. I don't need, you know what I mean? Like this type of era that we live in is very extremist. It's an extreme thing. Like we can't even find what the man's role is anymore in a relationship. This is how extreme it got, right? So for those women that just be like, I'm strong and independent, like they don't need anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like the woman said in the video, you just don't leave no room for anything. You think you can do everything on your own. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens when you say it. That's what I feel. When you have to say it, that's what happens. I understand what Sabrina was trying to say, because there is a balance to it. I do agree with that. There is a balance to it, but I think the forward output of trying to expose the fact that you're strong and independent can be harmful to the man that's trying to get to know you, that's trying to get with you. It could be harmful to me. You know what I'm saying? I think that's I think it's to the young minded, to the simple minded that just wanna state their case all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in the era of submission is a bad word, and love is inferiority. You know what I'm saying? They think like that's the women that think like that. That think that strong and independent is a thing that I have to say that every man I come across. So that's when it becomes a detriment to me. And it's only a compliment if you do it without saying it. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. Good point, my brother. Very, very, very even
What
keel.
up, B?
Well, Miss B Hillette, what's
He in
going
the bit.
on?
Our original
Oh,
moderator.
she going at Cal on that one.
Yeah, I mean, she ain't. She just, I agree with this actually. She said we
All
should be
right.
independent and mature to handle the basic necessities of life, yet vulnerable enough to bend for the sake of your relationship.
Good point. Good point. Very well
Yeah.
said, my brother. Miss Aubrey, welcome. We're gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and get what you came for. How you feel about this topic? Detriment or compliment?
Oh well, me personally, I feel um like it's 50-50. I kind of agree with what like Sabrina was saying. Like as a single woman, you're not being courted or anything. It's you have to be like you can't live life. That's just what it is. You got to take care of your business. But I don't feel like when you start dating someone, like you need to go around announcing it to him or yeah, I do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Just having in your mind like I'm strong, independent, and I got this. But you know, like the guy, like everyone else was saying too, like guys don't too much want to hear that and stuff. I actually talked to a male a couple days ago that said like, yeah, that's so unattractive when a woman says like I'm strong and independent. I'm like, okay. But I don't feel like you should just be announcing it. I just feel like that should be your character, and that's how you should just carry yourself in a way,
Okay.
and just
Good
make
point.
sure, once you're with a man, just make sure he's able to lean on you if anything was to arouse or something like that.
Good
And then I
point.
look like at my parents and stuff like they've been married but separated 4 years, and then my father got sick, and my mother, stepped up, moved him back in, take care of him. So it's like I don't know, it's 50-50. It's just how you carry it. I feel it's just how you carry it personally. And that's my opinion. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree with it. I think it is how you carry it. I definitely agree with that. I'm gonna put my 2 cents in a minute because what I was gonna say kind of goes along the line with that on the correlation. Uh, let's see. Miss Chantel, how you feel about this? Detriment or compliment?
Well, I'm sorry, I really didn't hear the video, so but I'm kind of touching basic, catching up pretty much with what everybody's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I just agree with the last person and Sabrina as well. But it's just all about here. Well, today's society, it's just like you really. I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak on everyone, but myself, I was raised to be independent. I was also raised to know how to submit as well. So the upbringing of old school versus now, it's like a double challenge. So they freely throw that word around, not really knowing the full meaning of it. And to me, like Sabrina said, it's a time to use and it's a time not to. But as a woman, period, you should know how to be independent. I mean, because it's gonna be times I have been in a situation when I was married and I knew how to submit. But as well, I was brought up to be independent. But I got stuck in situations that was like very unaware of. So Pretty much, it's I look at it as like it's the way you really look at it and your mental status along with it.
What in the hell is that? I'm
That
just
was a
playing.
car
That's
rolling
somebody in the
past with some
I'm just
background.
messing
bold
with. I'm
music.
just messing with you. No, Chantel, that was a good point. So we got kind of a mixed response. I know we definitely have a couple of people on the panel that feel it's detrimental, and most of you kind of sound like it could be a little bit of both. Depending on how you carry it. Miss Leisha, how you feel about this? Yeah, yeah, you.
I already answered.
I knew that. I was just checking to see if you were still awake. All right.
I'm here. Look, this stuff is strong.
You
That's why I
never
was looking
missed
at the
that
bottle.
You was fading back a little bit.
Huh?
Huh?
I'm
You was
tired.
fading back a little bit.
No, I just came from that's what took me so long. I just came from the gym. I'll be doing sessions, so I'm
Turn up.
sore.
Turn up. Sean, did you make it to your destination?
Yeah,
Okay, you ready?
I can hear you. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go. How you feel? Detriment or compliment?
I mean, I agree with everybody said. I also feel like I don't know. I feel like this questions like this young generation versus how we was taught back in the day. My thing is, I feel like you can't sit there and say, okay, I'm strong, I'm independent, or I want someone to pay my bills. I want someone to take care of me, da da da. But you constantly throwing that in their face. And then when they don't do it, then you saying, that's why I'm strong and I'm independent. And I don't feel like that's how it's supposed to go. I feel like if you're going to, as Sabrina said, the man's supposed to lead. If you're going to let someone lead, then let them lead. Even if you meet a gentleman, you know what I'm saying? And just like you, how can I say it? Just like you being on your own and you're paying your bills and you're taking care of all this other stuff, just because a young man come into your life doesn't stop that. It's just that you're letting him lead where y'all can go even farther. Even if it's a hiccup, you're the helpmeet, as in the Bible would say. Um, I think that the young generation just take it a little overboard with that. Um, and I don't think they really have the full understanding of that. And you can't say you want someone to take care of you and da da da, but then you don't want to let them be the lead. You want to be the lead too. That's not fair.
Okay. Very good point. Anybody got something to add to that? See, I feel to kind of go along with kind of what Arby said, and I think Jay agreed. I think everybody kind of agreed. I think it does depend on the energy you put behind it. Something that she said in the video that really stuck out to me. You never hear a man say, "I'm a mom and a dad." I'm a mom and a dad, but you always hear a woman say that. And my question to that is, where does that sense, what does that sense of entitlement and labeling yourself that come from, and why is it that we always normally only hear women say that? You know what I mean? That's what really confused me. And I think that kind of plays directly into kind of how society is today. And I just think sometimes some people's sense of entitlement and sense of just doing what should really be natural and wanting praise for it it's kind of what is kind of got society lopsided today. You know what I mean? I don't think you should get praise for something you should be doing. I don't think you should label yourself more than I don't think you should be labeling yourself more than you should for handling your responsibility, for handling and managing your life the right way. You should be proud of it.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Be proud of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate yourself. But you don't gotta put that energy towards everybody else to maybe be little, or maybe put yourself in a place where you may not really be meant, where you may not really be, but mentally you need to put yourself there. So I'm going to place this label on me because I'm this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna place my label on this because I feel I deserve this. I'm doing all of this, so praise me. So in that aspect, I feel it's definitely a detriment. Because I know a man like me, I don't want that type of energy like me. I definitely don't want that type of energy about me. So that's my issue with it, as far as it being a detriment or a compliment. You know what I mean? If you put it in the right pocket and you just owning what you're doing, and that energy propels you to continue doing what you're doing, but you kind of stay humble with it and you keep grinding with it. Because I think, to me, a humble mind breeds a very stable mind. And when you're stable, you focus. And when you focus, you can succeed and continue to excel. You know what I mean? I think it breeds a lack of focus when you just put all this stuff on yourself that you might not even feel. You know what I mean? You want to call yourself mom and dad because you taking care of your children or you paying all the bills. Like we all been saying, we all adults here. Every last one of us got to take care of our own bills. Last time I checked, don't none of us get no praise, or none of us get a break from our bills because we paying them. I wish. I'm gonna ask God for that tonight. Ain't gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. So it's like you just gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean? Celebrate yourself. Ain't nobody got to celebrate you. Ain't nobody. You don't got to tell anybody what you're doing or how you feel about yourself. Show it, but be humble with it. Be in your place with it. Understand that there's millions of people who are out here trying to do the same thing, and they might be doing it more than you, or they might be doing it less than you. You know what I'm saying? But we doing it. So stay in that pocket of humility and continue to progress. That's just my sense on it. You know what I mean? Shout out to the panel, man. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the panel.
Yeah, if I may, real quick.
Yes, you
Um,
may.
the strong, I don't know what's going on, but
Who got crimes on their mind?
I don't know. Yeah, um, the stronger independent mindset to me is very, very counterintuitive in a relationship, especially in a marriage in particular. But in any relationship that has a commitment, a true commitment of longevity, being strong and independent is to me is counterintuitive, as far as because if you're I like what I know B and Cal was going back and forth in the chat, having their conversation, but I like what she's talked about codependency being unhealthy. Because see, when you don't have a healthy perspective on what independence is and what strength is, then you'll never be able to operate in the honesty of who you are in your nature. The woman's nature is not to be strong as the man.
Right.
That's not the nature of a woman. It's not the man's nature to be weak as the lady. There's a complementary there's a complementary dynamic that goes in a relationship. You can't have two of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? This is where a lot of people love to be like unequally yoked. You can't be unequally yoked, but you get the same type of person every single relationship you in. So you unequally yoke yourself because you just won't take the time to understand the nature of who you are and what that brings to a relationship. So a lot of times that whole stint of and that campaign of trying to be strong and independent, then you're saying you don't need anyone. So you shouldn't complain about men. You shouldn't call yourself mom and dad, because then you don't need to be doing that at all. Because at the end of the day, there are things that you won't be able to do that a man can. Same as man with the woman. See, we praise women a lot. Can I just keep it a bean, dog? We praise women a lot for just natural things. Like we're gonna celebrate Mother's Day Sunday, right? And so we're celebrating that because of the way that we have been brought up, with the love, how we've been taught, things of that nature, how we appreciate our parents, our mother in particular. A lot of women, some women that have this mentality of the independent thing, they want praise just because they had a child. Not only do they want the praise, they want money from the government as well. They want that child tax credit. They gonna hustle that too. They gonna do a lot of things. And these ain't just younger generation women we talking about. We talking about some women that's around our area when it come to age. And they don't, and the bottom line is that there is a benefit in not having a man in your life when it comes to a woman's daily operation. It's like the more a woman don't have the guy is where she get more benefit on the other end from the government or whatever. And not only that, but every last woman on this panel got somebody that they can call on for any type of help. Period. Any type of help. And they don't have to be your man, and they don't have to be your boyfriend, your husband, or none of that. You ain't got to be engaged to them or nothing. Every woman that has a guy that they know that will do something for them that is outside of what he should do, especially if he is not in a relationship with you. She used the word in the video of interdependence, or being able to be dependent of each other. I need to be able to bounce off of your nature and you bounce off of mine. Okay? This is what the assistance comes from the lady. This is what a helpmeet is. She is the assistant to me. So if she's assisting me, then that means she has value. So if you take away your helpmeet quality, and that's the nature of you, if you take that away from yourself, then you're saying that you don't need to help anyone. You don't have the feminine qualities to be able to bring that into a relationship. So then what's the purpose of you having a relationship? Is it because you want the Walt Disney experience? You want to get romanced? You want to get finessed forever? Because
Fairy tale land, fairy tale land.
she said something very, very key. And I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but she says something about the fact that if you think of something that is strong and independent, you don't think of coming to the aid of it. You don't think of coming to the aid of it. So it's a lot of women sometimes that will put themselves in situations where they need assistance, but because of your attitude, you don't get the assistance that you normally would get if you operated more consistently in your femininity instead of your fake false of security, which is your strong and independent campaign. Because all it is at the end of the day is bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
It's all bullshit. It is. It's bullshit. Everybody know it's bullshit.
It's bunch of
I
bull.
know it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Sabrina, what you gotta say? What you gotta say,
So
Sabrina?
at the end of the day,
I said, so it's bullshit. Okay, it's bullshit. It's
because
just
at the
straight
end of the day,
bullshit.
yeah,
It's just bullshit.
listen,
Bullshit.
it's bullshit. You feel me? You know what it is. Because at the end of the day, there has to be a natural progression in a relationship. And if you can't grow as a woman from being with me, and I don't grow as a man from being with you, then we're not able to be interdependent with each other. We don't fit. And it's a lot of people who try to fit circles and squares, triangles and rectangles, and then they force it, and then they try to pull it out when you don't get the outcome you want. See, this is about outcomes. Is it a detriment or a compliment to the outcomes of women who label themselves this? What is the outcome that you want? If you say you want a man and you want this, you want that, but the man is experiencing strong, independent, by myself, I can do it on my own, then you're being counterintuitive to the outcome. You're being counterproductive to your own outcome, your own request. So instead of operating in the femininity and trying that out, you'd rather be like, yo, I could do it too, bro. You calling your man bro. You calling your man nig. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what type of women is these? Who raised you? You
Who
know,
raised you? Where
who
are
raised
we?
you? You know, you
Where are
don't want
we?
to come home to a woman. She's like, what up, though, bro? How was work? First of all, lower your man tone, baby, because your man tone is up there right now.
It's
You
up
know what
there.
I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Calm the fuck down. Is what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, there is no sense of you asking for a man or wanting a man if you can do everything on your own. It's counter to your nature. It's counter to the man's nature as well. A lot of people just say this kind of stuff because they're in pain, they hurt, and they don't know how to resolve their pain with proper outlets, healthy outlets. So we resort to everything that is detrimental to us, but we want this over here. And the thing you want over here is way too valuable for the crap that you're doing to yourself on a daily basis. Everything can't be a man's fault. Everything can't be a woman's fault. Go ahead, sip, Aubrey. I feel you. I feel you.
I see that, Aubrey. That
She
made her
said, I
take a
see
sip. That made her take a sip.
T.
That made her take a sip.
T. You feel me? So at the end of the day, we are all helpers one to another. And that's the compliment. The compliment is when we do it together. The outcome is to be able to do it together. But we can't do it together if you're trying to take over my leadership. I like what Sabrina said earlier about knowing her place, because a man has to know his automatically. And it makes no sense for a woman to ever say she don't need a man. I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. I was at work, right?
Uh-oh.
There's a new coffee machine. It's a touchscreen coffee machine. For some people, it's AI. For some people, it's artificial intelligence for some people. For us normal people who just like to drink coffee out of a regular cup, we like, just touch the screen and get your coffee. So the bin inside the coffee machine maker was full. All the little things, all the little pods you put in there, it got full. And on the screen, it gave you the instructions on how to empty the bin. And this woman stood in front of that screen and looked at it and was like, can somebody help me with it? How do you get this out? How do you? I'm like, reading's supposed to be fun to mental. It's on the screen. Now, I could have been, if I was an asshole, I would have been like, oh, just read it. Right? But I understand that everything it don't compute for everyone. Right? So I'm like, okay, I never emptied it neither. I looked at it one time, figured it out, boom. And bam, boom, I was able to do it. And she was like, oh, that's how you do it. I said, yeah, it's all good. No worry. She was like, thank you. I was like, no problem at all. Now, if I was like, well, you're the strong and independent woman, you're supposed to be able to see. Now I'm in my bitterness because of the fact that a woman needs help from a man or from somebody, period. It makes absolutely no sense to carry that type of bitterness in everything that you do, all because your boyfriend didn't do you right. You're the one picked Pookie 4 times in a row. You broke up with Pookie the first time and God tried to save you. And you said, nah, God, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to try it again because we got so much chemistry. We got so much chemistry. You know
I got this. I got this. Don't worry about it.
Listen, hey, I appreciate you, yeah, but the rest of it, that's on me, player. That's on me, baby. So look, let me go ahead and I forgive you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna never do it again. Yeah. And then 2 more years go by. Listen, time waits for nobody. This ain't just young. I understand what Sean was saying, but this ain't just a younger generation. This is us saying this crazy. This is the ones that grew up on the Cosbys and grew up on this is us. These new people, they already on something different. We still trying to figure them out. But this right here, the meat of the whole thing is us. We went from, see, the thing about it is we've had so many relationships, we've committed ourselves to so many people and been disappointed so many times that you expect the worst. So now you got to protect yourself and build up this invisible wall. And you want somebody that's a good guy that's been able to go through what he need to go through. He's been able to get over the hurdles of his own personal life. He's been doing the work. He's loving on himself. He's career driven. He's purpose driven. You want that man to reap the consequences of a Pookie, the residue of a Ray Ray. You outside of your mind. I ain't gonna say the
Say
word,
it, Nick, man.
but you outside your mind.
Why you
I don't
biting your
have time
tongue?
for you. I don't have time for you to
Say
poison
it
me
with
with
your
your
tongue.
strong and independence, all because you don't know how to get over yourself. You made a mistake, you picked the wrong guy, and this is the consequence. Deal with it, walk with it. We all got to do it. But you don't get no sympathy from me. What you will
I
get
agree,
is
man.
support. You'll get support, but I ain't gonna give you no sympathy, especially if you are a repeat offender.
Most
Listen,
people that
because it don't
actually
go the
say
other way
that,
around. When a man go through some stuff, we don't get that sympathy. You feel me?
yeah,
So that is sometimes it's one sided, man. But we gotta the nature of who we are is what we're supposed to be operating in, and a lot of times we just discard it because we so hurt and so in pain. We latch on to all these feminist movement talking points and male movement talking points and all this kind of stuff instead of having our own individual mind, dog.
Let's go, busy.
Yeah.
Jay, you had something to add to that, my brother.
no. All I was gonna say is, I was agreeing to him, man. Like some people use that strong and independence. Some women use that strong and independence thing as emotional deflection, like you said. So it's just coming from a place of hurt, and so you're just front ending your defense,
Mm-hmm.
saying that I'm strong and independent, and I don't, what I'm saying, need what you think I might need. You know what I mean? It's one of those front ended things. You know what I'm saying? And that just comes from lack of maturity in your emotions. So some women do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk a lot about maturity and lack thereof on this show, and a lot of our topics intertwine based off of that. It's different content, it's different discussions, but a lot of it is summed up by your state of mind and your maturity and the way you approach your life. So I agree with.
Miss Aubrey wanted to say something too.
Go ahead, Miss
Yeah,
Aubrey.
I mean, I was just going to ask, or, but what if we were, or ladies were to replace the word independent as like responsible? Like, and you ask, I'm very responsible. Is that still? Would you consider that still her saying, being a great say I'm independent? If she say, no, I'm a very responsible lady. How would y'all, what's y'all male take on that, or the ladies too? Like, what y'all take on that?
I
I guess it's
me
like
Nobody's
personally,
word.
perspective,
yeah. Go ahead.
same thing.
But
I,
I just replay, but not so aggressive. I'm
okay.
very responsible. So,
I was gonna be like, that's what it should be, is being an adult, being responsible.
Mm-hmm.
When you take care of your business, this has nothing to do with being strong or I'm independent. You're supposed to pay your bills and you got kids, take care of your kids. As being an adult, you chose to have them, take care of them. So I don't feel like it should be thrown in anybody's face neither, because everybody has to do it. So why you have? I feel like if you announce it, you want that validation, and why when everybody do it, what's the point of having validation? Everybody has to be an adult. That's my
Absolutely.
So
take.
is anybody answering these questions in dating or something? Is that what it is? Like, are people asking you, are you responsible? Are people asking you, are you strong and independent? Like, I can see it from that nature, but in a normal dating atmosphere, if I recall, I don't be asking those type of questions. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why we're trying to relate the fact that this doesn't have to be said. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this doesn't have to be said. You being a responsible person, just like Miss Molly said, it's an adult thing. That's an adult thing. I'm not asking you if you're responsible. I'm watching to see if you are. I'm watching to see if you're strong and independent. But I'm not asking you those type of things. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all in the intangible vetting process that we talked about all on our podcast. Like that's just trying to discover you from that point of view. But I'm not. I'm not. If you have to. If you have to say. I'm trying to figure out why do you have to say that? Why do you have to physically say that you're
Yeah,
strong and independent? Maybe that's
yeah.
the question I
Okay.
want to pose.
I was gonna say, I think
Why?
it's because people think that, oh, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, so praise me. I feel like they want to be praised for doing what they should be doing. Like, why?
They want their ego stroke, Miss Smiley. Is that what their
Basically,
ego stroke, man? Just for doing what you're supposed to do, huh?
you're
Jeez,
doing what you're supposed to do. Pat me on
hey,
the
They
back,
wanna they want a pat on the back for waking up in the morning, huh, Miss Smiley?
bro, crazy,
pretty
man.
much.
I would like to welcome my brother and Mr. Calvin to the panel. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, you beautiful African American people? I love this show. You
Appreciate
guys
you, my
look
guy.
good. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good to see you,
So,
man. How you been? You been good?
Yeah, man, I'm chilling, man. I've been here since the beginning of the show, since
Yes,
the
sir. You
icebreaker,
have.
and you guys have been on fire with it. And I just wanted to wait until the appropriate time to hop in. It looked like y'all are outnumbered here. Well, like it's more ladies on the panel than fellas on the panel. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let my
hey,
brothers go out like that, man. So salute to the ladies though. Y'all looking good. What's up, fellas? How y'all
hey,
feeling?
Cal,
Hey,
this is season 2, man. We cool.
man, we good.
No doubt. Hey, man, we definitely appreciate you for
No
riding
doubt.
with us, man. We definitely know you've been rocking with us, man. We appreciate you so much, my guy. Hey, tell us how you feel about this topic, man.
Man, I have so many. First of all, I agree with everybody. Absolutely. So I'm a think outside of the box kind of person. So I've been thinking of questions that nobody hasn't thought about. And it's been a lot of powerful words that have been said. But there's one word that hasn't been mentioned yet, and that word is love. So my question is, where does love come into play in reference to independence? Can you love somebody enough to swallow that independence that you created out of fear to give somebody that same chance to show them how to be independent? Because one thing I know, in order to grow with somebody, it's gonna happen one of two ways. You either meet someone, well, three ways. You either meet someone that's ahead of you and they have the love in their heart to reach down and pull up. You meet somebody on the same level as you and they have the love in their heart to grab you along, or you grab them along and you travel together. Or you meet somebody that's lower than you and you have the love in your heart to pull them up, because independence is a dangerous thing.
Hmm.
First of all, in my experience with life, independence is gained off of survival, based off of wanting to basically live on your own, eat on your own, and not depend on anybody. So you can gain that independence that's so strong that you work hard to rightfully gain, but it can be like an insect repellent, because you may meet someone that you may really love, but they may not have that same fight, that may not have that same independence.
Right.
So to me, that's been my struggle. Is like, where does love come into a factor with it? And then I don't know if y'all noticed this, but I just learned this today. And shout out to y'all, because y'all talking about independence, right?
Hmm.
What level of independence are we talking about? Are we talking about emotional independence, where nobody needs anybody to make them happy? Are we talking financial independence? Nobody needs a loan from anybody. Nobody needs to, ask anybody for any help. I just now realized there are different levels of independence. And they're like the chaos emeralds in Sonic the Hedgehog. We want to grab them all so we don't have to depend on anybody, because we're afraid to be vulnerable enough to let our vulnerabilities be shown. And to add to your point, it goes to that having independence as a defense mechanism. You know what I mean? We wear it on our sleeve because we don't want to be vulnerable. I work hard to gain it, so I'm gonna work hard to put it on the shelf. So then it creates that dynamic to where it comes off so strong that nobody can receive the love that you may have in your heart for them. So
Mhm.
that's pretty much been my take on it. I mean, I don't know if that's going to add to the fire or not, but where does love come into this?
That's a good point, Cal. And like those three levels you mentioned, I love that. And honestly, I mean, if we can keep it a buck, and this is my opinion, I think when most women say that, they talk about the financial component. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about that the fact that they got the money or they're getting the money to take care of what they got to take care of. You know what I mean? And in turn, that could maybe turn people bitter and they forget about love. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
a really good point you
yeah,
just made, bro. Because what I think personally, when most people will the question is about women, so we're gonna go there. I think most women they talking about the financial component because they're able to do that, and love is out the window because they don't have it, they can't depend on it, but they could depend on what they can do financially to keep it moving.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
that, ladies. How y'all feel about what Cal just said? That was a real good point.
Okay. When I'm mentioning all three, I feel like as an adult, um, we tend to you can say financial, but it should be also it should be love too. Like being an adult and you gone through enough stuff, I feel like I'm comfortable with being by myself, and I'm also
Mhm.
comfortable with being around other people. So I feel like having been an adult status, I feel like you should be comfortable enough to have all those levels, basically, if I can explain that right. Um, where you're not lacking anything, like it should be financial, and then it should be like caring and loving for, rather it's family, friends, anything like that. I don't know. I think it's kind of different. At least I
Mm.
might think different. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any
I hear
other
you on
lady?
that. I hear you on that on the balance part. Like that's
Yeah.
what needs
Adult
you need.
balance,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because you need to have balance, and especially before you get into a relationship with someone. One of the most important choices you can make in your life is who you're going to spend the rest of your life with as an adult. And when you come off as if you care less about having that, then you already done turned off majority of the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? And so as a consequence, when you get older and then you start because you wait till the well run dry, then you start thinking like, man, I'm 42 and you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You start waiting too late. And it's like you got to get it together a little bit. Now you feel like you're rushing yourself because you didn't take the time to practice a balance throughout those stages. You know what I'm saying? And every stage he talked about, we've all been in that stage as one or the other, as the person who couldn't get it and somebody had to get us up there, as a person who was like on the same level as the person that was low and you had to get somebody else up there. You at least you tried because you got love for them. You know what I'm saying? And you should be able to be disappointed. You should be able to be disappointed without bitterness. Like at some point in your life, all your breakups, you shouldn't have to post on social media about all your breakups.
Facts.
Like all of them? God. I know as good when Susie got a man and when Susie done lost a man. Okay. I know when she done lost because you gonna see it. And it's a bitterness thing. It's like it's okay to be it's a good practice to learn. It's like you can do certain things. You can do certain things and practice certain things that can help you to be able to digest disappointment without it turning into bitterness. That's what it is. It's coming from a bitter place. I'm strong now. Cause let's be honest, let's be real. Most of the time when you hear a woman talk about they strong and independent, they only talking about because they got the bag.
Yep.
If you take away the bag, what they got?
What is it?
You know what I'm saying? Okay, take away the bag, take away everything that you identify with or identifies you, and then what do you have? What is it about you that's good? You want to? Everybody want to talk about being special. So what is it? What is it? What is it about you that's so special that you have this? You have the secret sauce to being able to compliment somebody. So what is that? And a lot of times we kind of like sell ourselves a little. We give ourselves too much of a compliment, and it's like, yo, you're not even really there yet, my baby. So we gotta have a balance, man.
You're
Go ahead,
not
RJ.
there yet, baby. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Go ahead.
I mean, that's why men don't give a damn. That's why we don't care about you being strong and independent. I'm just being facts. Like, we don't care. That's not the part that we need. I don't even want to talk about it. That's not the part that we need. We was talking about the counterpart of a woman, the natural, like what Tay said, the natural feministic part of a woman that's just the support of a man. Just in that. And everything else branches out of that. That's what you know what I'm saying? That's the core part. That's what's needed. That's where the interconnection happens. And so all this extra stuff, it just doesn't even matter. Like it's not even. We aren't even talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to come from a mature man point of view. Like, cause I wouldn't care. Like I wouldn't. Okay, like you're strong and independent. That's what's up. Like I really appreciate that. Can you be a partner to me, regardless of that? What else you got? Like that's the thing that's missing. Like you know what I mean? Like everybody want to talk about the level of bag, but what is missing is you. I need to know, can you handle a partnership? Even a longevity partnership. Can you handle the trials and tribulations of it? Can you deal with all that? Being strong, but that's fine. I mean, that's great because if it don't work out, I'm hoping you can survive. But I'm just saying, we don't care. Like it just real men do not care. I don't know if anybody. I don't know if the fellas agree with me. We don't. Like
It phases me
it
none.
just we do not care.
It
I don't
phases
give
me
And
a
I don't
good
think women
damn.
know that.
It phases me
Good damn.
absolutely none.
Like
Yeah, it phases me absolutely none, dog. I
you
don't.
can
It
be
doesn't
less
matter.
independent than me. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be less independent than me. You can be weak minded. You can have went through a lot in life.
I've
You know what
never
I'm
look.
saying? You can be, you know what I'm saying? You can be a little naive. You can be less academic. You can be all of this. But if you fit me, that's what matters. I don't care if
I
you
ain't
strong
never
and
asked a woman if
independent,
she's
man.
gonna take me on a trip. I ain't never asked her that. You gonna take me somewhere? You gonna do something for me? You gonna take me out the country? I ain't never asked no woman that in my life.
In my
Never
honest
will.
opinion, I think the phrase strong and independent has changed as human beings has changed. And this is what I mean. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Okay, go get it. I'll be here in a minute. So when you say strong and independent, back in the day, from an independent in that sense, you hear those two words. You know what I think of? I think of my grandmother. Old school tradition, being strong, independent in the sense of not needing my grandfather to hold the house down, not needing my grandfather, to come home from work to handle something at the house. She was strong and independent in her role as the traditional house raising woman, while he was strong and independent in the role of being the strong,
Matrix. Yes.
the strong man of the house. You look at today's day and age, you hear strong and independent, and that's the first thing y'all think about is the bag. How many? Let me ask ladies a question. How many women do y'all know can still cook when they come home from work instead of going straight to the fast food restaurant? It's not necessarily about being strong and independent in that sense, because the strong and independent woman can actually pay for the meal. But the other strong and independent woman who has the skill set can be strong and independent in the fact that she can cook and hold the fort down. So that's what I mean in fairness, strong and independent. Those terms has changed because the tradition of gender roles are gone now. Everybody wants to be strong and independent, but it takes the strong and independent person to be the servant of the house. And servant is looked at to as a weakness, which is the deterrent to strong and independent.
I agree with you, my
That's
brother.
facts. That is facts, man.
Be hilarious. I ain't mess with the wrong ones. I'm just going off what just things I've experienced, not necessarily my experience. But
You just countered yourself.
You really just counted.
You literally just countered yourself. You like, I've been messing with the wrong
You
ones just
really
from my
did.
experience. Like that's about the
And
same thing.
it's about the same thing we're talking
It's
about.
about the same line, dog.
That's just
man,
Jesus.
come on, man. It's after dark, man. Y'all know
Oh,
I did
yeah,
that.
it's way after dark. It's dark in the
Y'all know I did that on purpose. Y'all know I just did that on purpose.
Now, Aubrey, you wanted to say something before you had before you hopped off. I remember you was trying to chime in. What did you want to say, Aubrey? If you can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you. I forgot the whole thing. Sometimes I know I was trying to play devil's advocate and say, um, what if, what if a young lady comes from a very troubled background and has built herself up in a way where she is very proud of getting out of that situation, getting out of that circumstance and building herself up. And she's just very proud. Like, and she just wanted, and y'all talking, if y'all talking or whatever, or dating each other, and she just want to let you know, like, I come from this, and I built myself up to this. I'm very, proud, and I'm strong. I got out of this situation, and I'm just saying, as a youth, like as a young person, just hop off the porch and just build herself up. I feel like maybe in their mind they may want to kind of be praised, or I don't want to say praised, but want to let you know, like, where I come from and this is where I'm at. I find myself very independent and strong, the words. But I know, how would y'all go about that if you dating someone that has been through a very rough upbringing and climbed out of it to be successful, and they're just, they're proud of themselves, and they just want to let you know. How would you go about that? Is it, still the same thing, or is it like a different way to approach that?
No matter how you listen, I understand you trying to dress this up to be something beautiful, but at the end of the day, it's bullshit. Okay, everybody say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Listen, you can come out the mud. You can come out the mud and still not listen. You can come out the mud and clean yourself up and everything like that. But you got to remember, you still had help. You still had somebody to help you. And the main one that helped you out of it all is God. I ain't praising you. We're going to praise God for what he's done for you. Your praise means nothing. Again, 1, 2, 3. Everybody say, good.
Oh shit.
There you go. It is. It's pointless. You coming out the mud and becoming better doesn't give you the right to discredit someone else's ability or to discredit being with someone because they can't do what you did. It goes back to Cal's point. Are you the person that's able to have enough love where, okay, this person may not be where you at, but at the same time, you can still pull them up. You can still have patience with them. You can extend the grace to them like somebody gave to you. See, the point of what even what JB said, the women who say this are women who voluntarily campaign their strong and independence to discredit men. When everything that you do has something to do with the man. Those glasses you're wearing, a man had to make those. That house you're in right now, a man built that. The electricity, a man built that. Plumbers, most of those people are men. Electricians, most of those people are men. House construction workers, most of those people are men. People who go to war, most of them are men. People who die in war, most of them are men. And y'all want to be like, yeah, but women graduate from college. Yeah, y'all get degrees in communications,
But can't communicate.
psychology, trying to learn how niggas think. You like, you know what I'm saying? African studies for the American Association of Society. You get a whole batch, and then you like, yeah, girl, yeah, I did that. I did that. I did
Let me
that.
go one more track though.
You know what I'm saying?
Into
Like,
let me jump into another train track on what she said though.
yeah,
I was
What?
just playing a little devil's advocate. Like I
I
totally
got
agree
you. I
with
know
you.
I'm messing with
Oh
you,
yeah,
man.
no,
I
no,
got
no,
you.
no, no, no.
I got
But
you.
it's good
We hear you,
conversation
RB.
though,
Yeah, it's great.
and it's good conversation. That's what it's supposed to be. These are
We
the
hear
conversations
you.
that we're not having. So
That's what's
this is
up,
the
B.
reason why this platform is made.
That's right.
So you know, let's go a little different. The person that had a hardship life, the person that went through a lot, dealt with a lot of things going up and overcame them. If you need to pronounce them, that means you're not balancing yourself where you got yet. You're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? You're still at the part of wanting everybody in a self validation type thing to
Validation.
know where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of if when you got at peace with yourself is when you know when that event is over and you overcame it, you don't have to talk about it no more.
You ain't gotta say a
You don't have
goddamn
to
thing.
explain it. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to say anything. So when it comes to a person like that, they're not finished. They still need work on themselves to figure that out. All they doing is still front ending, like I said before. They're front ending themselves in defense of what they've been through. And that's a lot of people doing that in dating. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, like a lot of people need work. And we talked about this before in our past sessions, right?
Sure.
A lot of
Yeah.
people need
Yeah.
work and they don't think they do, but y'all do. Like we need work. You know what I'm saying? We need to take the time within ourselves, get an uncompromised, unbiased opinion about what you're going through, and do that and figure that out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're getting into these relationships, and I said this in the last 1, 2, 3 episodes that we had. People want to get into relationships and band-aid their faults and flaws onto the other person. They expected them to band-aid scenarios. That's what I think of when I think about this strong and independent thing. Like I'm strong and independent. I can handle my own. I don't need nobody else. What you gonna give? It seems like you're coming from a hurt place, and you just want me to be like, oh, okay, you're great, and put a band-aid over that so we can move on. And you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. And it's psychologically, you're not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not ready to even date at all. And this is one of the factors that you can tell if somebody's not ready to date if they have to explain themselves in a full resume before they even get anywhere with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. Like that's it. Why do you have to go? You didn't even ask yet. Like I didn't even say. I asked what your favorite color was. You told me about your child history. Like there's something wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's a lot of people get into. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are in relationships trying to be in relationships, and they have a lot of work they need to do with themselves, and they don't think so. You haven't looked in the mirror long enough. Matter of fact, you're probably scared of it. You probably don't even want to look in the mirror long enough because it's going to tell the truth about yourself. You're not strong and independent. You're not healthy. You're not cute. Like you're not. It's going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
That a lot of people don't want to accept the truth. We
Yeah.
live in an I feel society, so people run around and say I feel everything. And this
Mm-hmm.
strong and independent thing is one of the aspects that people say that I feel. I
Yep.
feel strong and independent. I feel like I don't need nobody for nothing. I feel like you should know that. I feel like you should, you know what I mean? It's that type of thing, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, my fault.
That's
I'm
fact.
just saying, man.
So,
That's
He
fact,
was
that
bro.
on fire.
Fact.
goes on the background
I
of
was ducking. I was ducking. He was shooting fire.
You
He
went
was shot
here.
stupid.
You
But my
went
favorite
here.
word is detox.
That's new, Tay. What
Detox
was
your
that?
mind and
Yeah.
fire.
Machine gun.
I
But
like that,
it's
bro.
so it's true
the fact
because
that you
Cal
need
said something about love. Oh, my bad, RP.
like, you can't handle me. Like how y'all feel about that?
You,
That's like a
Say that one more time. I don't think
yeah.
everybody heard that.
Yeah, say it again.
all right. So in the same conversation, I told you I was talking to like my ex the other day about this topic, and he was like, "Yeah, that's a turn off." And he also said like when he meet females and they be like, "Yeah, I don't think you can handle me." It's like, okay, yeah, I probably can. So go ahead. So it's like, how do y'all feel about that verbiage right
Yeah,
there?
it's the
It sounds
same.
familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. Yeah,
Yeah, we,
it sounds
that
pretty.
sounds familiar.
Yeah. That,
Hey,
again, that's another.
Rollo, that sound familiar, right? Didn't
Yeah, yeah,
we?
yeah.
Didn't we have a? Did we do
Nigga.
that?
We did a
It was
show about
about.
Nigga.
It wasn't a show about that on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we
We
should
had a
put
show
that.
about that.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
think it
okay.
was a show about
Yeah,
that.
it
should
was a
put
show
that.
about that.
I
Yeah,
think so. I
it's
think so.
yeah,
I
it's
think so.
a buzzword. Again, it's another word to deflect the responsibility that you're supposed to have in order to make sure that you're good. And so what happens a lot of times is that we try to project onto other people and leave it up to them and make them responsible for making us feel better. So they want to say handle to deflect the responsibility of actually taking the time to grow on your own. I'm not trying to handle you, okay? First of all right, look. I'm not trying to handle anybody, all right? I'm just going to keep it like that. I'm trying to put a new leaf in the season 2, man. I'm not trying to do the whole like season 1. I was a man firecracker for sure, but I'm trying to be a little bit more pleasant. All right,
Trying to keep it in the pocket.
I'm trying to keep it in the pocket, bro. But sometimes, man, you just want to,
He
what
tried
I
to
mean.
give you a good time, but
Bust guns, Tay.
but
Bust guns. That's
but
after
see,
dark, my boy.
this is if that handle thing, if you think about it, if you can handle love, then you'll be able to handle life. See, a lot of times that handle is because you don't know how to love. So you want somebody to show you, do for you, and do all of that, but that's a deflection. It's like handle me so that way because I don't love myself enough to give myself the patience to grow. So it's up to you now, since you my man and since you my girl, it's up to you because you know how I am. You know how I get an attitude. You know how my mouth just go off the rails. That's a personal problem, my baby. That's not my responsibility to make sure you shut the damn mouth up. That ain't how that works. You know what I'm saying? We all adults here. And so you can tell because I was at work and I like to say hi to everybody and stuff like that. And there's one particular young lady that works next to my office, and she's new. And I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I gave her a hug and everything, and she was like, "Oh, thank you so much for the hug. I never get those. I never got those." And then she started talking about how she grew up in foster care. She started talking about how she didn't have a family. She started talking about she just started opening up, and I didn't even ask her anything. But see, that's because when you just have pure love, like just love, everyday, pure human love, man, brotherly love, godly love, just to be like, hey, how you doing? Whatever. That's what you need to learn how to handle.
Yep.
Learning how to handle your mouth, your attitude, your disposition, what you like, what you don't like, how many times you like it, how many times you don't like it, when you like it, how you like it, why you like it. No, man, you sound more like a homework assignment than you do a partner. You sound more like a person that's going to drain the situation, drain the relationship with your personal issues than you are someone that's going to compliment. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing is like the compliment comes when you're able to operate in love and you're able to operate in your God-given femininity and your God-given masculinity. Because a lot of these guys have flipped it. They become weaker minded. They become weaker minded. They don't have no purpose. They don't stand for nothing. They whatever the woman say, they just do. They don't want to do nothing for themselves. Some men, and it's like, yo, as brothers, those men we knew, man. I know me and my boy Cal on here, man. Me and him know we grew up together pretty much, and we seen young men. We was young too, and the same young men that had issues and stuff like that. We all helped each other. We didn't go at each other. We didn't make each other. We didn't make another person responsible for what it is that our downfall was, and taking advantage of that person's grace and patience and love because we didn't want to do the responsibility that we needed to do for ourselves. It's like we still had to learn and glean off each other's love and appreciation for each other. Say, hey man, this is how you do this, da da da, whatever. But see, some women be like, I don't want no man to control me. I don't want no man to do this, to do that. So he can't tell me what to wear, but you represent him. He represent you. But don't tell me what to do. And it's like, it's not even about control. It's about the fact that I want you to respect yourself when you walk out the house.
Mm-hmm.
Your booty cheek is slipping, baby. I'm just trying to make sure your booty cheek is inside the short. You know you're thick. You know you got the rump shaker, right?
You
don't let the world see all that, huh? Like, Lisa, you feel me though?
I do. I was going to say exactly what you said. For me, in my experience with dating, I've seen the roles reverse. Mm-hmm. So me as my example, I don't have any kids. I'm by myself. I'm sitting, and they look at that and it's just like, oh, money bag, jackpot. And it's like, okay. And then you got to hear about, when I was with my ex, I did this, and this. I took care of this. And, I just wish that I could have a chance to sit around and, work on my dreams, my career. It's like, okay, what is that, sir? You're 40. What do you want to be when you grow up? It's like what do you want to be? So it's like, all right, I'm all about supporting you if you really trying to go somewhere. Like you're trying to say you want to go back to school or get degree. I understand. Like Miss Sabrina was saying, you step in and like, okay, you want to go back to school? That's fine. I don't mind working, paying extra on the bills or whatever, so you can go and do what you got to do. But at the same time, like I'm not here to take you on vacation because I've been asked about that, or to buy you a new car, or these J's came out. It's like, bro, no, I don't. I'm not asking that of you. I just want us to build and have that stability. So it was like I've seen those roles reverse. And it's like, bro, I'm not a whole dude. And then on top of that, you want me to look pretty and keep my hair done, my nails did, and all this, but yet you want me to be your provider too. I can't do both.
It don't match. It don't mix.
It don't mix. Like choose.
Don't mix. We've talked about simps on the show before too. Just to let y'all know.
Yes.
We
have
been
meeting a lot of those.
We have. Y'all are on fire, man. Hey, can we get one more round of applause for the panel tonight, man?
Sure.
Y'all don't understand how much life y'all give us, man. We have been looking forward to this show because of this. And y'all really coming with it tonight, man. We have been looking forward to the show because of this. We do this, not only is it just us three as brothers being able to kick it, you know what I'm saying, just kind of kick it with each other and just take what we've done, our whole entire friendship, and bring it to y'all. But this interaction we've been getting, and just the overall discussions we've been able to have from just people who just get it, and people who are just trying to get it, and people who are just trying to get that balance between what society is making us conform to what we valued our whole lives. And y'all don't understand how much we appreciate y'all, man. Sure. We love y'all so much, man. This was so fire, bro. This was dope. This was dope. Sure. Busy, how you feel, my guy?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate everybody joining the panel. Like my boy Callie, man. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Alicia, Brina. I mean, the day ones is in the building, yo.
The day ones are in the building.
I appreciate Arby even coming on, and Miss Chantel Tramble. I know she was in and out and everything like that. She made some great points and some great observations. Like everybody did a great, everybody had great observations, man. It's just like, it's all about being able to, for me, it's just all about being able to do things in a togetherness we have gotten so divided as men and women,
Yes, we
and
have.
and so many superficial, inconsequential things come in between us. Like who got the bag and who got this and who got that and all that. And it's like, man, and then quiet as a cub, you live at home with your mama too, baby girl, just like everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, you ain't no jump, you ain't no, come on, man. Like everybody just trying to do it together. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. Like no one is better than the other, but we all should compliment each other. You know what I'm saying? And show love to each other and have healthy perspectives. I like what even B said, our original moderator in the chat. She talked about healthy relationship and a healthy perspective on things like the independency and also the interdependence and being able to blend that together. Like all those things are healthy parts of life that we need to adopt because we don't adopt a lot of those things that are intangible. We adopt all the tangible stuff, but we leave out the intangibles, the character, the joy, the love, the peace, the patience, the grace, the mercy. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got to be at tip top shape and all that kind of stuff in order for you to be able to be like, oh, okay, I'll try it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. We all help us one to another, man, especially with discussions like this. So I'm just grateful that everybody came on. I appreciate everybody's time, man. I hope everybody had a good time, man. I really do.
Panel, man, y'all have anything else to say about anything we discussed today? Tonight? We still here, man. I don't think I'm like, I'm just kind of summing stuff up. But if y'all still ready to go, we can go. If y'all got anything else y'all want to say, let's go. Everybody quiet.
Everybody quiet.
Everybody feeling, man.
Well, let's hop into the Q&A portion of the show. We still got to keep our little regular format. So this is the time for y'all to ask the brothers of the mailroom anything y'all want to ask us. It could be y'all got a lot of content. Y'all can ask about the content. Y'all can ask about something about tonight, or y'all can just holler at the boys, man. Ask us what y'all been wanting to ask us that y'all might not want to ask us, because y'all finally hopped on in this fire. I'm happy y'all did. So now is the time to ask us anything. The brothers of the mailroom, ask us anything you would like to ask. Let's go.
Sean, you on mute.
Damn.
Sean List was moving, but I ain't hear that.
Damn.
I just said everybody got quiet.
Everybody did.
Real quick. This is the time, because y'all don't hop in the fire on Sunday. So now's the time. Let's go. This is after dark. And this might take
Happy
us another
Mother's Day
fucking
to any
hour.
mothers on the panel right now and those that are watching too. Happy Mother's Day
That's
to
true. It's
everybody.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
For sure.
No doubt.
Thank you.
We got to do that. We got to do that.
Thank you.
But this is the time, man. Y'all can grill us. Y'all can.
Be
This
courageous.
is it.
I
Yeah,
got a fun one.
take a leap. Take a leap.
Okay.
I got a fun one. So to the fellas or ladies, if y'all could, because guys always take girls out on the first date, but if a lady approached y'all and she took y'all out on your first date, if you could dream up any good first date, what would that be for y'all? Like any good first date.
Hotel, motel, holiday
Nope.
in.
Oh my Lord.
I'm just kidding.
Was that for anybody on the panel?
Just kidding.
No, you're not.
Okay.
It's always tight.
Listen, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. All right.
No, you're not.
Lisa, was that for everybody or just the mailroom?
Hey.
Say it together. Bullshit. Say it together. Bullshit.
Was it bull?
Bullshit.
Oh, no. It wasn't bull. Oh, my bad.
At least was that for everybody or just the mailroom fellas?
Everybody.
Okay, so I'll let somebody from the panel. Yeah, we'll let somebody from the
man.
panel answer first.
Dig in your Disney bag.
You said ideal. For me now, we going to Five Guys straight up. And the reason why is because I heard what Ocho Cinco said. He said that he knew he found the woman he fell in love with when on the first date they pulled up to McDonald's and she was ordering before he got to the speaker. So that's the level that I'm on because if we can go, you can go anywhere depending on your character. You can go anywhere and make it a 5 star.
I
It's
like
all
that.
about the experience. It's all about the connection.
Facts.
So
I
if
like
you
that.
giving me the ability to choose, it's like my homeboy told me one day, don't ask me a question that I can't say no to. So if you give me the ability to pick and choose somewhere, you got to be acceptable to any place I choose. And you got to be able to enjoy it just as much as I can. And a place that sells just straight up burgers like that, put anybody on that challenge block because the first thing they thinking is, oh well, I ain't valuable enough for Applebee's or I ain't valuable enough for Fridays. They got burgers too. That's how people think. So for me, like, no, we going to Five Guys. That's the only place that put the fries in the bag. So step your fat food, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
Well,
come
guys can
on,
be
man.
They used to have them peanuts. Them peanuts was on point.
yeah. They fried in peanut oil too, man. They be
And
doing
peanut
that.
And
oil, baby.
Shout out to
Fridays,
Cal.
I
I see
mean,
you, my
guys
boy.
can be
I see you, my
food
boy.
to plan.
get order fries.
I know for me personally, man, it's gonna be Ocean Prime. I want that same experience y'all get on the first date. No, I'm just playing.
Oh snap! No, nigga, you
No,
serious?
I'm just joking. No, but real, I'm like, so a first date. If a woman took me on a first date, man, I'm gonna be real. I would just love to sit. I mean, I haven't lived in Detroit for 4 years, man. So I would just love to go to my hometown and sit by the water and chill, listen to music,
Facts.
have a conversation, dog. No movie, no shooting pool, no none of that. Just something
Facts.
relaxing. I mean, just an atmosphere. I want to be outside. I want to feel that. I like scenery. So being by that water, man, and like looking across and seeing the Windsor Casino lit. You know what I'm saying? At night, dog. I miss those days. God dang, I miss those days.
You talking the 80s babies, man.
Yeah,
Like
dog. I
I
just
don't
love that.
know.
But I
We
love
did
that.
it
That's my shit.
differently.
Yeah.
We did it
Yeah.
differently, man. We didn't care about what we did. It was how we did it. You know what I'm saying? Bring the coffee dates back. Bring Dairy Queen back. Bring
Coffee
the
conversation.
bring the long walks in the good neighborhood back. Just bring that back. That's all I would ask for. I don't need and if you really pay attention, we're saying the complete opposite that a lot of people will say nowadays.
Yeah.
You be flourished and all that type of thing and gifts and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's guys out here that would like that too. Like, yeah, I want a girl date me like I would date her and just shower her, you know what I'm saying, and give her the 5 star treatment. I don't need the 5 star
No,
treatment. I need the
keep it
five
simple.
star treatment intangibly.
Yeah.
The 5 star treatment from you. I need the 5 star treatment from you. If you can't figure that out,
Yeah.
then we might not work.
Yeah.
But I need the 5 star treatment from you. If you can sit and grab me a straight up coffee and we can just talk on a sunny day and talk about what matters in life, it's a 5 star day for me, man. Like
Yeah.
people don't do it like that no more, and I think real men are wanting that back. Real
Yes.
talk.
No.
Snap it
Since
up
my
for my
since
boy.
my two brethren went out, went. I love what my brother said. It's nothing like Detroit in the summertime by the water. God damn. Two people connecting, two people talking. That'll be dope. But I'm gonna be a dick right now because they answered very cordially. I'm gonna answer the exact opposite. I'm gonna answer the question exactly how it was asked. So you said they asked me, right?
Mhm.
All right. So
Yo,
I
ideal date,
would
yeah.
I would love we start off with a nice dinner, preferably Italian, maybe a nice Italian restaurant,
Boy, about to
nice
say.
Italian dinner. After dinner, we might go to a nice concert. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a jazz show. We vibe out at the concert. You know what I mean? We grooving. We feeling the energy. It's all wrapped up in the air's wrapped up in the music, wrapped up in the people. And then after that, we go to a very, very nice, exquisite lounge. Dim lights, you know what I'm saying? Mellow music, have some drinks, more conversation, and we let the beat build big and we just keep it moving.
Hey
That's
Rob, I got a question
my
for you.
ideal.
I got a question for you.
If a woman was to ask me, that would be my ideal day.
Hey, Rob, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Have you ever taken a woman on that same type of date?
I have. Why you trying to get me, nigga? Yep.
Jeez.
Say, let me find out you trying to like Rob trying to be like the girl.
Like,
no,
I feel like he done did this with somebody.
It wasn't just that. It was very detailed, though. Like, it was very exquisite.
Yeah, bro, you did this with somebody.
He answered the question. I can't be mad at him.
He said that's
purpose.
Okay, so how would y'all feel about it?
You said Italian, yo. Okay, my bad.
So how would y'all feel if the girl took y'all to David Buster's though?
See, they took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, y'all didn't mention places like to go after the meal. That'd be the place that I would go after 5 guys. We're going to Dave and Buster's. Because you got to be able to move, man. Like, you got to be able to move. Like, this isn't.
I don't care what nobody say. I go there.
Look, I'm 40. I'm about to be 41 in September, and I'm still active. I like to still go to Cedar Point. I like to still hit roller coasters. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the 80s like y'all. You know what I mean? I miss go-kart racing. I miss arcades. That's the reason why everybody's shooting up everything. It ain't nothing to do. They took away everything. There's no rec centers. There's no YMCAs like that. You know what I mean? They took everything away. There's nothing else for anybody to do.
Yeah, I feel that.
My first date cost $0.
Right. David Buster's. I was gonna say David Buster's ain't gonna be $50. All you gotta do is load a card. Maybe it might. I don't say you eat and drink, then that might get you. But listen, I'm like you can do all 3 and talk. Have fun.
Any chick that can play Time Crisis 3.
Done with it.
You want to talk about strong and independent?
Love it.
Help me with Time Crisis 3.
If you good on them triggers, we straight.
If you good on them, if you good on them things, if you good on these,
where I'm at, man.
Yeah, we can talk about some things. You know what I'm saying?
Just give me where I'm at.
Nah, you gotta be good at Uno. We can get to the sticks later. Can't bust down no Uno. We can't. Nah, man. Nah.
I'm trying to start a war.
And nowadays we ain't got to be in the same location to bust the Uno. They got the apps for that. If you can't get down on the Uno, like
you trying to virtually slap them things like
just saying, like the pandemic changed everything. The pandemic changed. You was dating from home. You had DoorDash and webcams and Uno. You can date from home. Like the pandemic changed the whole. Like it changed the frequency of everything, you know. But just to add to y'all point, like the traditional social events like that, like are long gone. You know what I mean? Like they're a thing of the past. Nobody is really communicating. Like this is the method of communication now. Nobody is around the same space having these. I remember back in the day, our parents used to get together. You might remember this. Our parents used to get together and all play cards. And if you were a kid and you stepped in the room, they'd be like, stay out of grown folk conversation and get out the room. They having conversations like these because everybody's around and playing spades or playing Uno. Technology has came in and changed the whole entire dynamic of social interaction. And because of that, I think it weakened everything that we grew up on the traditional level that we want to bring into our children and stuff now. We really can't, and we're limited in that fashion because of technology and everything else that's going on.
We've become socially awkward to each other.
We have.
Yeah.
Because of technology.
Yeah, for sure.
We have. I can't stand seeing people.
Go ahead, bro.
I can't stand seeing people out on the dates and in their phones. It's fucking irritating.
I got a question. I don't. Bree has this question.
What's your question, Bree?
Her question is: if you go on a first date and you want to flat out
have sex
with that person, does that
interfere with you moving forward in that relationship?
You say that again.
If you have sex on the first date, how do y'all feel about how that would interfere?
When did y'all get together?
She always was at my house. I told you it was a group of girls here.
Oh goddamn!
We
All right.
this
Pardon the
Friday morning we
interruption,
brought
like
to you by
Sports Center. But
My phone died.
if
okay. You said you have sex
got you.
with someone on the first date. What now?
Nah,
What was it?
I gotta repeat it.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have sexual intercourse with a guy on the first date, do y'all feel, just opinions, will it mess up your the future with them? If y'all go out, y'all have a good vibe, like like he just laid down, the whole night is just set, and it's just boom, and y'all hit it off. Y'all end up having sex, however y'all do. Do y'all feel like it will interfere with y'all moving forward? Let's speak on it.
Mm. Say, grab that, bro.
You gonna make say, oh
Cause
wait.
I was. Yeah, go ahead and catch that reception, man.
Interception. Remember Tecmo
Go ahead and
Bowl?
grab that.
Yeah. we done already done got to the future by that point. The future is now. Yeah.
No, I mean personally, I have just recently I have known someone that had did that they hooked up on the first time and they've been tight ever since. Now they engaged, like it went well. However, in my mind, I'm like, damn, okay, but I was,
Yeah.
but it's like, wow.
Yeah, but all
So
exceptions
that's what
don't
I'm
make
just
the
saying.
rule.
Like, how do y'all be thinking when it comes to that?
Yeah, all exceptions don't make the rule though. The general rule is this: if you give me them buns, I already done had my fun. Not a right to catch again.
Okay.
Now I'm done.
You know what?
I mean, come on. If I get the scans on the first date, everything after that is a la carte.
True.
It's just because I feel like doing it.
True.
Like whatever we talked about outcomes. If you wanted that to be an outcome, hey, because it's on the table regardless. Whether you want a short-term relationship, long-term, whatever, it's on the table. Sex is always on the table. However, and if you get there quicker than others, then you're going to be categorized and compartmentalized in that area. That's it. Other than that, it's hard to get out of that. You got some men who was able to still do that or whatever. Again, anomalies. Those are one-offs. Those are not the majority of the time. Most of the time, it doesn't happen that way.
I agree.
You start
I guess I'm a one-off.
dating somebody for 5, 6, 7 years after that. You like, yeah, but we tight. Like, no, you're not. You're actually the opposite. You're looser than what you were before.
Hey.
You actually done opened up the floodgates and allowed adult activities to be.
Hey Tay, but does it depend on how long y'all kind of been kind of talking and
But I was
trying
saying,
to
if y'all been
develop?
talking, yeah.
Does that matter? Does that come into play? How long? Maybe before the first date, y'all. Does that matter? How long y'all been kind of talking before the first date?
You asking me?
No.
I'm about to say you asking me.
No.
I mean, I was kind of responding to you.
That's a crazy question.
Anybody can answer.
That's a crazy question. In my opinion, it's a lot that goes into it. Was alcohol a factor? You know what I mean?
Right.
Does she have that? Does she have that natural, flawless beauty that just pulls you to? Is she more beautiful inside than outside? It's more factors that go into that.
No,
more factors that go into that for me. Now, if she offer it on the table and I take it and I catch it, I'm gonna carry it all the way to the goal. I'm gonna score the touchdown and an extra 2 points. But my thing is then now what happens on the next set of downs? You see what I'm saying?
What happened on the next set of downs?
What happens on the next set of downs?
Already did.
Cal,
You already scored.
On
You ahead of the game.
You went straight to the end
zone.
zone.
The whole game.
It was a long
You on offense
but
the entire
that's what
time?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you look at the analogy, if we already scored the touchdown if I scored the touchdown on the first
The
drive,
first day.
the goal is to win the game. If the goal is to win the game of the woman, there's more drives coming up. So even if I scored the touchdown on the first drive, it's still more investigation that go on to it because that's not everything. All I did was just hit it. I
Y'all
didn't
both were
go
the slap.
and
Y'all
dig
both
into the.
were the slap skins, Cal. Cal,
Hey,
So,
y'all both went
hey,
for guns. No, ain't no more drives.
But
Just
hey,
Cal
drive
say
so
one to
Paige,
win.
talk cap.
Cal say he want to see how he doing some more dollars, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
okay.
Let me
I got
ask,
a
okay,
question.
fellas. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me
They
ask
say
y'all. Let me
okay.
ask y'all. Let me ask y'all a question. For
Before
for
you
for
do that, before you do that, I'm gonna call cap on you real quick.
Oh,
Cap a lip. Where
oh,
my
I ain't
cap
I'm
gonna
gonna
at?
call
call
cap
cap
on
on
you.
you
I ain't
real
gonna call
quick.
cap on
I
you.
know it's a lot. I
Flag on
know
the
you
play.
said it's a lot of. You said it's a lot of different variations to it, and when somebody looks at it that way, then it could be that. But I'm gonna go back to what Tay said. Do not make the exceptions the rule. The rule is you shouldn't do that. The rule is you be compartmentalized when that happens. The rule is you offset a lot of shit when that happens. That's the rule. Now, there's a lot of exceptions to that rule, and somebody said it. Somebody said there could be, oh, well, I'm just an anomaly. That's fine. But don't expect to be an anomaly that often. All right? Don't expect that to be your success rate all the time if you sleep with somebody and there's all of a sudden to be a successful relationship. That's not the case.
so I have
Everybody
to.
should know that that shouldn't be the case off the top,
Gonna be
and
on
you
here.
should wait as long as you
He
should
is
before you
not
start
talking
doing
about a
that. Off
cat.
the top,
But hold
I
up.
don't think you
It
should do that.
depends. It
I think you should
depends.
not.
It depends. It depends.
You're
It
a cat.
depends. To me, it depends on what my definition of success is, though. If my definition
Okay.
of success is just to get the draws, then after I hit it, I'm done. But
That's
if
exactly what
my
she's
if
talking about.
but if my definition of
Right.
success is to build something, then it's more that's
Right.
going into it, and
Right.
that's just my
And
opinion.
that's when you become right. But we're not talking about individualism. We're
We talking
talking
about getting
about the
them
core
guns.
reason of why we should do it or not. If we were to generalize and ask if we should sleep on the first date or not, most of the time we would say no as a general rule. There are exceptions to that. There are as individuals, there are people that slept together and been together, probably married for years. That's anomalies to me. That's the things that happen because of individuals. And if you put it on the individual, there's multiple reasons why that could work. But if we're talking about a general core concept, that doesn't work.
Hey,
That's all I'm saying.
when
I'm not
I
even.
have a
I'm not
question
do
trying to
No,
y'all
he,
disagree
think
with you.
yeah,
do
I'm
y'all
trying
think
to
if
yeah,
more
no,
people
generalize
if
it.
you
That's
more
all
right,
I'm
you
people
trying. You
right
know what I
there.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
that's dope, Jay. But do y'all think if more people would go with the exception, that can maybe become the norm? If people start thinking outside the box a little bit more, you know what I'm
nah,
saying?
That's the.
Like
That's
Cal,
the.
nah, because it goes against
Like
the general rule.
Y'all just want
Cal
me to
Right.
want
put
to
on
see.
some
Cal
more.
want to
Right.
see. Cal want to see. Okay, this
He
was
called me
dope.
cat.
Let me see
That's
how I do in the next
oh
couple more rounds
cat,
to
cat,
maybe see how we vibe. Do you think if more people start thinking like that, that can maybe start to become
he
the
said
That
norm?
cat.
thought. That thought itself is the reason why we're in the society we're in.
Mm-hmm.
That thought,
Mm-hmm.
right there, is the reason why we're in the society we're in.
Mm-hmm.
If we just think a little differently, not everybody's thinking differently, and we don't remember what the law is. We don't remember what the rule is. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
made the
That's
rule?
that's why that becomes dangerous, Rob. That's the only reason I'm saying. That's why that becomes dangerous. It's because everybody forgets. All of a sudden, like we feel like we should go this way. Somebody should feel they could go that way. Somebody feel they go the other way, and all of a sudden we got all these logistic rules of why they should be on everybody's opinion, and we forget why the standard of what we should do. This is how dating and relationships became what they are right now. Everybody got a thought about it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
So
just
you
what it
want the
is. And
no,
general
I
so
hear
rule,
you.
right?
I hear
if we
you.
don't have if we don't have a standard, if we don't have a standard, we have nothing to go by, and then everybody's just running around and just doing shit just to be doing shit,
There you
and
go.
But
that's what that ends up to be. That's all I'm saying.
right. It's also nothing wrong with people want to go by their own standards that may be different from the norm.
This is
That
that's
I,
Cal.
Facts.
that's all
See,
I'm
Cal.
saying.
don't
Wait,
have.
wait. Tay.
That's
I can't
exactly
even.
what
I
I'm
can't even
saying.
hold these hats up. That's
I
how
got
much
a
going
question.
on right now.
We got 4 hats on.
I got more than that. I got about 8 of these boys. My neck hurt. Look, my neck hurt. I need a neck brace. No.
Let's go.
Okay, I got a
Cap,
question.
okay, go ahead, Miss Smiley. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off.
So, do you guys think that if that does happen, do y'all assume that she does that with every guy?
Good question.
That's a
Y'all,
thought. That's a definitely creeping your head a little bit.
y'all know. Y'all
Yes,
know
Like
she
yes,
she
said.
probably
hell
like doing
yes.
tests about me. Like she
Y'all
probably do it
know
with
she
every
said.
guy.
Yeah, she
You
doing
talking
it
about
with
even?
every damn guy.
You talking about even when she don't say, even when she
Yeah,
say it,
yeah.
like
I know. Normally,
she. I
normally
don't
I don't
normally
do
do
this.
this. I
Normally
don't
I
normally
don't
do.
do
You
this.
talking about that? You talking about that shit? Oh, okay. All
Normally I
right.
don't be sitting on niggas' couches that I don't know nothing about.
Yes, you do.
Normally I don't. Yeah, you do.
No,
I ain't letting off
the
one
new
cat till I hear the truth.
Bullshit.
time you open.
I ain't letting off one cat till I hear.
Again,
Y'all know
again, we're going back to general rule of thought. Go ahead, sir.
if people, the reason Jay made a very good point. People having their own way is the reason why we all over the place. There is a rule of thumb. There is a rule to certain things. You can't escape it. No matter what,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot escape the rule. You
Mm-hmm.
can do whatever you want. It's basic math. You
Mm-hmm.
can do all the calculus you want, but you still got to learn the basics first. And the basics is the rule of everything. That's how everything gets started. It's a rule. And if you give me the buns on the first date, do not expect a relationship that is long lasting and healthy to come out of it unless you are relinquishing said buns.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
said,
bun.
said.
These said buns are
Said bud.
going
It's
to
verbiage.
rotate in my schedule now because you gave it to me too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let the buns be good, hot, and buttery and great. Then you really can't get rid of me unless you just
Mm-hmm.
walk off. I'm be like, where you going?
I want him to
See,
repeat that.
Where you
what?
going?
Is that a rule or is that a social? Is
That's
that
a
a
rule
rule
of nature.
based on? Is that a rule based on principle? Or is that a rule based on social construct though? Because people can tell you that you shouldn't sleep with somebody on the first date. But if you feeling that person and it naturally progress to that, you shouldn't be look any less of a person because you fell into it. So is
No,
that rule based on principle or is it based on social construct?
it's based on what
Okay.
outcome you wanted. It's based on
Okay.
what you wanted. Whatever
That's facts.
outcome
That's
you
facts.
wanted, it's based
That's
on that.
facts.
If
Right.
you want a relationship that's healthy and last and long lasting, like you and B was talking about in the chat, then giving up the buns too early and too fast, even though you feeling that person's vibe, you've already placed that person in a certain category. Because every time you see that person, you're going to be thinking about said buns.
Not necessarily though.
What you mean unnecessarily? You done had said buns.
That doesn't mean that the person is going to be thinking about said
Yes,
buns.
you are. You was thinking
That
about
makes
the buns before you even
that
made
makes
it.
the relationship on both parties linear. If all you thinking about is said buns after you done
Dude,
had them.
you're thinking about buns even when you see the woman of your dreams that you want to marry. Sex is always on the table because we are
Hashtag
created to
said
have sex
buns.
with each other. It's a
I think.
natural desire to do it, Cal. Even
I
if
I'm
you
think.
have,
I,
not.
even on the first
We're
date.
we're not talking about the natural desire of it. We're talking about the act and the concept of having it on the first date.
okay.
And if you have it on the first date, that can happen principally or solely on the fact of it's a natural craving. That's just like saying if the team goes down 4-1, they can't win. Anything is possible. Anybody can think differently. And all I'm saying is just because somebody gives me a buzz on the first date doesn't disqualify them from me thinking any differently or seeing sex the first thing I see when I meet them. Because honestly, first impression should already be established before first intimacy interaction anyway. So if somebody is willing to get me to that stage of intimacy, I'm already on a certain level with them anyway, depending on the situation. Like I mentioned earlier, alcohol can play a factor to that. And if alcohol play a factor to that, is it an alcoholic based thing or is it a natural craving based thing?
It's always a
Uh,
natural
uh,
craving based thing.
uh,
Listen, I understand what you're saying. And listen, I feel you,
yeah,
pal. You are a very bright,
yeah,
intelligent man.
yeah,
And I'm keeping
yeah,
it 1,000 with you. That's
yeah,
cap. It's the fact
yeah.
of this. You are a man, she is a woman. However you feel and think of her is not the point. The point is that you're going to want her, whether you alcohol, whether it's pills, whatever influence you're under. You're under the influence of your own nature.
So
You're under the influence of your own nature. So when you saw the woman that you pursued, that you liked, that you wanted to be with, or whatever the case may be, you got the buns first. Yeah, you still want to be with her, but the fact of the matter is that it's going to change the dynamic of the progression because the actual prize has already been given. Why you think they were supposed?
mhm.
Why you think they always say you're supposed to be a virgin when you get married?
Right.
You
So
know what I'm saying? There's a level of purity that take place, and on top of that, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. You go ahead. Do your thing.
question with a question, ladies. If a guy came to you on the first date talking about sex, you will automatically think that he
That's all
wants
he wants.
sex on the first date. True or false?
That's all he wants.
That's all he
That's
wants.
all
Right.
you want.
And if you give it
So
to him,
watch this. So watch this. No. We ain't even gonna go there. Second date. Let's say if you just so happily give him a second date. We just doing this is a hypothesis, right? Happily give him a second date and he act like a gentleman. Do you still have the thought in your head that he still wants sex?
Yeah, I'm gonna feel like
Yeah.
he just being a gentleman just so he can get some ass. Because
All
he
right.
came
So
off.
Cal, that's what I'm saying. There is a general compartmentalization that everybody does. That's all we're saying. And if you are going against that rule of sleeping with somebody or trying to sleep with somebody on the first date, you automatically tainted the entire event. It doesn't even matter how it ended up. You could
Okay.
be an exception to the rule.
Okay.
I'm not even
So
saying that it
so
won't be an exception. But there is
so
a general compartmentalization that happens with men and women about sex on the first date. It just happens. And it taints everything that you call logistic about a relationship. It just does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to say, like, I'm backing what Tay's saying. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, you can go ahead and hope for the. It's almost like playing a lottery at the end of that. You know what I'm saying? You can hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? But there's an odd chance that you might even win. You know what I mean? But since you put yourself out there, and you got to roll with that punch. Like
and
that's just,
the barometer of morality is already out the door because you already compromised that when you start smacking the cheeks.
that's what I'm saying, man.
so
It's
so so
legitimation on both ends.
so if somebody threw it at y'all, are y'all turning it down?
No,
On
that's the
the
point.
first date.
That has
Okay,
nothing to do.
wait. You said no. You said no. You said no. You said no. So if you don't turn it down, is that saying something to them that's detrimental to your character on the principle of what he just said?
But she not talking about character.
How do you not? He just mentioned it. He just literally said the whole general rule is you shouldn't have sex on the first date. As the general rule of it all, because it stains everything else. So in contrast to that, I just asked y'all, would y'all turn it down? You said no.
Yeah, I said no.
You said no.
Yeah.
Now,
Men would
if you're
say no.
saying, wait a minute, if you said now, are you saying no on the principle of you standing on, you got a grounds that you stand on, you're not crossing that line regardless of the circumstance, or are you selective about when you choose to implement the rule?
Go ahead,
Man,
Zay.
let me tell
I
you
agree
something.
with that. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, it's on both ends. At this point, like we
If we're saying it's the rule you
horrible.
can't follow, then it's the rule you can't follow regardless
None
of
of
the
us have
circumstance
followed it.
because it takes that.
Nobody on this panel has followed the rule, period. We've all had sex before we got married. The
But
whole point is, it
we're
doesn't
not
mean
talking
anything.
marriage though. We're talking first date. Marriage is
On the
completely
first
different
date.
Were you
barometer.
married on the first
First,
date? No.
first
Did you
date.
smack cheeks on the first date? Yes. If you did that,
And
your
you
whole
slanged it
principle
on the
argument
first date.
is out the
Like you
door.
slanged your dick out on the first date.
That proves my point
Because
on what it
it's
is that
not
I'm going after. If the goal for me is to smack the cheeks on the first date, then cool. But if the goal for me
That's what she's
is to
talking
take
about.
it further than that, then that's different.
She's talking about if you smack the cheeks on the first date, is that going to compromise the progression of the interaction between two individuals? Yes, it does.
I
The
think that's a
rules
matter
say
of
it does
opinion.
90% of the time.
That depends on what you're looking at. Because to me, it won't. And I'm being real.
It,
Y'all can call it cap. Y'all
no,
can
no, no.
call it snapback,
That's
5950, do rag, whatever.
that's
To
your
me,
Hey,
expression.
to me, it goes deeper than that to me. Because I look at stuff way differently. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying? Even though I
okay.
may smack the cheeks on the first night, that doesn't dictate the woman's character.
That didn't.
Because
We're not talking about the woman's character. She did not
that's
mention
what's
that.
up.
She talked about
but I'm
the progression of the
that's what
actual
I'm getting to.
interaction.
That's what I'm getting to. In
Here
my
we go,
opinion,
Rello.
it can't stain the progression, in my opinion, because to me, the way I operate, I look at things differently. You know what I
That's
mean?
fine.
Sex is just sex
Okay.
to me. You can't build
Okay.
off of that. That's cool. If I get the cheeks, then cool. It's a million cheeks out here. So I can
Okay.
that part is the easy part.
Okay,
So to
ask a woman then.
me, that don't change a thing, depending on
Ask,
where my head is at.
but ask a
And it
woman then.
depends.
Ask a woman that after she have sex with you, she expect what? A relationship. You like it's cool. Sex is just sex.
It's been times where I've had sex and ain't even gone into a relationship because that understanding was established in the beginning of it all.
And her question is, if a woman gives the man the buns in the beginning, will it trepidate the entire process of what you're trying to get to, Cal? And it can. Yes.
Depends on the man because the key word in that sentence is you. I'm not you. I'm not everybody else, other men on the panel. So you're right in the sense, but more specifically, it applies to the man directly. That's not a general application that goes over every man because that don't apply to me.
Man, okay. All right, man. Hold
that
on,
Call
man.
it
that
You be
cap,
that
call it whatever. It just don't apply to me. Like
I thought I was done.
whatever. It don't stain nothing in my
and
end.
it's
It just don't.
I thought I was done.
hey man, hey, what we was trying to say, dog, is that the if we're talking in a group of 10, 20, 50, 100, the majority will say what we said. The majority will say what we said. It's only incumbent on the individuals like yourself to will say differently, and it will about to be a good 20, 40 people that might agree with you. But if we're talking this is the thing about having these conversations, and that kind of this kind of gets like twisted sometimes. Like, when you put your own physical thought in something, does not change the logistics of the matter. It just it just doesn't. Like, if we're taking a census of everybody that will think this subject, I will think that about 50 or 60 people will say, 50 or 60% out of 100 people will say that this is an issue, sleeping on the first date, because of this, because of that, and they have their own rules because of that. There are other people that will think differently, but that does not impart and change the census of the matter. It just doesn't. And I think when we get into general topics like that, I think when people start ensuing their individualism, they think it's okay to ensue the individualism and become their own thing. And that's that. And I'm not trying to debark you on nothing that you're saying. I'm just saying that's what happens. And you start losing the fact that this is a general conversation. This is a general conversation. If I were to talk out of 10, the majority will say that it would be bad to sleep on the first date. There are other people that say it wouldn't. And that's fine. That's actually fine. I actually started the conversation like that. Like, it's fine that you think otherwise. But if you're talking generally, I don't know, bro. I think like the
Man, a lot of
majority of
marriages and
rules.
happy endings gonna come out of a first date
That's
sex
what
later
I'm
on.
saying. As a majority, and I understand what he's saying, but
Oh yeah,
it's
for
just a
sure.
conversation that we're having, bro. At the end of the day, it's a conversation, and you got to see where I'm coming from, as if you want me to see where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like the generality of it all, you can't forget that. Like we can go into depth about who made these rules, why they made these rules, and all that kind of shit. But at the end of the day, it's a majority. You know what I'm saying? It's a majority vote, and if it's a majority vote, then it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's a bad thing to sleep on the first date. It can end up however you want it to be based on individualism, and that's why I'm jumping on your board with. Individualism, fine. Like maybe both of y'all understand that it's just sex, just like you said, and y'all just roll off with it. You know what I'm saying? But as a group of people, as a society, they will say no. That's all I'm saying. I can't debunk that. I can't argue that. Like that's just is what it is. Especially if it's the truth, because it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't
This
know, man.
this is why we had this is why we have this show. This is why we had these conversations to get this
Yeah.
dialogue from different perspectives and different outlets. This is what it's about, man. This is what it's about. This is what it's about.
I'm just saying.
It's been
I
great
love
point.
y'all,
It's
man.
been great points
Y'all
made. It's been great
great
points
person, man.
made from each and every person on this panel. This is why we do this, man. This is what
Always
it
go
is.
against the grain. That's just me. I always go
That's
against the grain.
but
And
I
I'm
love
not
it.
it's not in
I love it.
disagreement. It's
yeah.
not in disagreement because I
Facts.
understand that I am the standout. So it's not in disagreement at all. And you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's all good. You know what I mean? It is just a general
Yeah.
conversation. But it
Yeah.
was just something about that just triggered. And I was like, hold up, wait, no, hold up. I'm too real for this. I'm too Detroit for this. We gotta, you know what I mean, put this on the chopping block. And at the end of the day, I got a deeper sense of who he is. And you know what I'm saying? Hopefully the feeling is mutual. And I ain't
Oh yeah,
never,
no doubt.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm
no
saying?
doubt.
I ain't
No
going
doubt.
against nothing he's saying. I'm just saying, in my honest opinion, you know, I just honestly think, even though I do, you know, see where everybody's coming from with it being wrong, and yes, I agree, it is wrong. You know what I mean? And don't make the decision to go into the club for that reason. But
Mm-hmm.
on the flip side of that coin, like I said, for me, it's a lot that goes into it. And if it just naturally happens with no progression at all, no, then that's something different.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Facts. I feel that.
No doubt, man.
I feel that,
Shout
man.
out to Cal. Shout out to all the lovely ladies on the panel. Can we give a round of applause real quick? Like I said, this is why we do this. Any more Q&As? Any more?
I
Come
think
on now,
everybody's
Sabrina. Sabrina, come on now.
Nah, I'm scared.
Get
Bree
Tay
always
ass right now.
starting stuff.
Get Tay ass right
Bree always
now.
starting stuff. Why I
Right
gotta
now. Cause
get
this
Tay? I'm
Please.
a little scared of Tay right now.
Oh my God, already starting
Yeah, you
something.
did. If that's you and Sean, y'all always starting stuff. But nah, I'm gonna
Don't
say,
don't put me in there. I'm good today. Thank you.
yeah, that's a lie. Anyway, but nah, I'm gonna stay right here in my fluffy, comfy self right now. I'm quiet.
Leaves, that was a dope question. I love that. That
That
was
was
dope.
that was a dope question. That was, but I'm
Hey,
like you. I ain't sleeping with nobody on the first day because I ain't. No, but
Uh-uh.
I can also understand his point that they may have been talking for a long time, and she came in and gave him the buns and with the honey bun and the honeydew. But
bump.
nah, I'd rather lay next to you and just cuddle.
mm,
Mm.
no, thank you.
Yeah, that lead
I'd
to
rather
go.
just lay next to you. I
What?
just rather lay next to you and cuddle.
Who you cuddling with?
That leads to
Oh,
go.
see, there
What'd
you
you say,
go.
Aubrey? Hey, Aubrey
That
just
leads
said
to go.
something. After Sabrina
I
said
I
that,
rather just
Aubrey said something. What'd you
I
say,
just rather
Aubrey?
lay that I just rather lay next to you and cuddle with you, and yeah, I'm good.
I feel that.
Okay.
And then Aubrey said
Um.
something right after that.
So
What you
okay. So
what you
how
say?
would
I told you.
y'all accept a woman coming to y'all and saying, "Look, let's bring it back to y'all topic. That strong independent woman, you met her and and she said, yeah, I'm strong independent. Yeah, y'all vibe. I just want to have sex with you."
See, I told you she always started stuff. Oh,
I'm
God.
here for the
I was gonna
question.
ask something similar too. Like, how
It
come we
goes
always
back
talking
to what
about we
Cal
waiting
said,
I'm
though.
though?
gonna have y'all here all
Was
night
it?
with questions.
But
Wait,
that goes
hold
back
on,
to
hold
what
on,
Cal
hold
said.
on.
If you that type of person that is about that,
And you
and that's
said
all
I
you want, then that's
just
what
want
it is.
sex with you. However, I don't know about y'all, but with me, like, I mean, I just don't. I, I just can't just go around fuck. But anywho, you gonna let you catch feelings or something gonna be there, or maybe not. I don't know how many else think. But how do y'all think though? Like, so if a woman will approach you and y'all talk for a minute, whoop, and she be like, okay, well, I think I just want to f you. So, what's up?
What are we doing? We already want to do this when we see each other, when
Having
we
fun.
attracted.
Having fun. Maybe she's not ready
Listen,
to commit to
whether
nobody.
you want to do it for sport,
None
whether
of
you want
that.
to
She
do it for
just want to
sport,
have fun.
Right,
listen to me. Hold on, listen
right.
to me for a second.
Turn the
Whether
turn.
you want to do it for sport, whether you want to do it for marriage or whatever, sex is always there. You can do it on the first date. You can do it on date number 5 if it make you feel better about yourself. You still want to give up the buns, just like I want to insert the hot dog on the buns. It's just nature.
I mean,
It
but
is
then
what we
for a
want to
woman
do.
that's
The
so
Why
morale,
it
the
open,
gotta be a
she
hot
morality
dog?
of
Why
it.
it can't be a
wait,
Hold
sausage?
on, hold on. Give me a second. Let me breathe. Let me cook.
okay,
Y'all the one. Y'all the one want me to cook. Y'all the one gave the ingredients, but don't
because
want me to cook. Let me
this do
cook.
say
Mm.
is kicking in. I
Yeah,
got
let me cook. If
go
you
ahead.
are, if I'm the kind of guy that just want to do the bun thing, and I meet a counterpart, a woman who's the same way that want to just give up the buns, then that is a mutual bun giving session. Okay, that right there is what it is, and that is the same thing as a man saying, I want your buns for the rest of my life." He still want the buns, and you want to give them to
Yeah.
him because you're attracted to him too. It is still mutual. You can cut it, slice it, cook it, bake it, broil it. You can do whatever you want with it. Chicken is still
Mhm.
chicken. Baked chicken, fried chicken, broiled chicken, steamed chicken is still chicken. The way you cook it don't make the ingredient different.
Okay,
So
so
you
let me
no time out. No, Aubrey,
no,
no, Aubrey, because you done asked us the same question 4 times, 4 different
no,
ways.
I
Nope, yes, you
did.
have. Yes, you have. Nope. We ain't doing this because it's getting late. Nope, we ain't doing this. This is what we move. It doesn't matter. What Cal talked about, what Cal talked about is his individual choice. He's speaking from a choice aspect. If people made more choices that were better,
Right.
then they would get the outcomes they want.
Mhm.
Even if you did get the buns on the first date. He's saying, yo, if I get the buns on the first date, it does not negate the fact that I'm not gonna look at her no differently because she gave me the buns. Or now I look at her like a hoe because she gave me buns on the first date. He's saying he ain't gonna do that. His
Mhm.
personality don't rock like that. His character don't rock like that.
Mhm.
Right? That's his choice.
Mhm.
Now, if I ask 100 men, 100 him, I would get a different answer from 100 hims.
Mhm.
They're like, yo, I don't know, man. It might mess up. It might mess up what I got going on because at the end of the day, what am I actually looking for? Am I looking for just the buns, or am I looking for a relationship? What am I looking for that's meaningful? If you just want to do the smash thing, then that's elementary. It's simple. It's simple. The complications come in when you get your feelings involved and you do something that's counter to what you really feel. You really want a relationship from the guy, but you sleep with him on the first date and you don't tell him
There you
you want a
go.
relationship.
There you go.
See what women do is they
There you go.
compartmentalize what they supposed to say, while men
There you go.
compartmentalize women based on what you say.
Hey Jay, what was that topic? What was that topic?
Based based
What was
on
that show we did? What was that
based
show we did, Jay?
That
Say
was
it.
one of
Go
them
ahead.
shows, right?
Yeah, what was what
I
was
can't
it?
remember.
Okay, I think I remember what it was called.
It was one of them shows, right?
I think it's called reverse engineering.
Yeah, I think it was called
if
reverse
you
engineering.
don't
Yeah.
communicate what it is that you want in the beginning, you're going to and you do something that's counter to what you really want, then you're going to get placed in that category regardless of if it's the first date, fifth date, if you want to be with you or not, whatever, you're going to be there. Whatever that outcome is going to be there. But you got to communicate that. So whatever you saying and what you're doing, it got to match. If it don't match, then you're gonna get. That's where the complications come into play. Here it is. You want a relationship the whole time, and you smacking buns with me, and you think I'm supposed to feel the way you feel, and you never communicate to me how you really feel.
Can I get an organ? Can I get
You
an
feel what I'm
organ?
saying? Now
you're
you
right,
want
right.
me. Now you want me to help you with your emotional pace because you want to move fast emotionally by giving me the buns early. And
Right.
I'm a
It's
man,
irrational.
and I receive buns because I am a man, and we
Right.
like buns. Especially when they fresh out the oven and steamy, and you open it up in the middle, and that steam come out, and the butter just melt right
Anybody,
inside the bun, and you
anybody see the
crack the
Subway
bun,
commercial?
and it
Fella,
makes you a buttery sandwich, and you just
I got a crazy question for y'all.
Oh Lord.
I got a crazy question for y'all. All right, so let's just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. Does if you got it on that first night, does the quality of the buzz dictate whether or not you go back or not?
Absolutely.
you better believe
Yeah.
Oh,
you
You
better
better fucking
believe it.
believe it.
that. Yeah.
Hey, some people, some
Yeah.
women got some high value buns. Like men, there's some high value buns out here, bro. You better believe it. You better believe it.
Are we
Okay,
talking?
hey,
here's a
hey,
question.
hey,
Really?
Cal, ain't no cap in that. Ain't no
I'm
cap in that.
just-
Ain't no cap right
Ain't no
there.
cap in that. No, we all in agreement, sir.
Yeah,
We
Okay,
all in
here
agreement,
I
sir.
got I got a question. How
I've
long
been dying to ask y'all that.
Yeah, that's all I
how
want to
long
know
should the
too.
female wait? How long should the female wait before she give up the buns?
it's up to her. They her buns.
It's up to her.
Okay, so it's up to her
Yeah,
It's
Yep.
it's
up to
up to
when
her.
her.
she give
What
it.
outcome do you want? It go back to Cal.
It's
What
her
outcome?
buns.
What outcome do you want? Do you want a
Well,
relationship?
no. How long do y'all feel she should wait before she give you the buns?
I can't speak for other people's buns. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't give up.
I have no control over other people's bonds.
I already talked about this. There's
Whatever.
no numerical
There's numericals
time frame.
on.
There's no numerical time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Like there
Okay.
really isn't. When y'all decide that y'all to do that thing, it's fine. Hopefully the chemistry be is equal enough that y'all go ahead and progress from that point. But that's just on the individuals. There's no. I'm not Steve Harvey in this shit. Like
Yeah,
there's no time frame.
90
This just
days.
is what it is.
I'm just asking. I'm just
No,
asking.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry,
I
but
know what you're saying. No,
I'm
You
no,
just
got
saying.
high pitch.
I know. I'm just saying. I was just asking. Because I
Remember,
might give him a buzz up on the first day.
remember that
And get
show?
these
Okay,
buns.
Sabrina.
Okay, we done heard you say that
Get these
before. Okay,
buns.
we get it. You're a saint. You're a saint.
I'm not a saint. I never said I was a saint. Now, don't get it twisted.
Hold on. I'm just saying.
Don't get it twisted. I never said I was a saint. Don't get it twisted.
And men don't just compartmentalize based on sex either.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
whatever. See, I think a lot of women fail to understand. Whatever you project, that's who you are. We're not even trying to dive into
Exactly.
your characteristics and your past and all this chemistry flux. We're not even trying to do all that. We're just whatever you give us. That's why we went ham about the sleeping on the first date. Like, because
Yeah.
what you're giving us is what it is. Like, it's just what it is. And I think a lot of women forget
Ain't no
that. A lot of women
sugarcoat.
want to entangle the fact of, yeah, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm more special than this, but I really want to sleep with you. But I want you to understand. Like, men are not doing that. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
you do off the top is who you are. So
Exactly.
just remember that. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? When women come to that, like, it is what it is. Like, that's what we're doing. We're
It's
not
no
doing anything
sugarcoat.
different.
There's no sugarcoat.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
We want the same thing.
Yeah, you are. Everybody, I
Right.
mean, of course, you want
Right.
the same
We want
thing,
the
but I
same
ain't
thing.
gonna. Exactly.
And
Ain't
if your
saying no to
buns,
that.
and if your buns have been around the world, and you meet me, you ain't gonna have me wait 90 days for your stale buns that you done gave out to every
Because you
nigga.
try to refinance them?
I want the same. I
No.
want the same release. I want the same release of the buns that you
Because you
paid
try
for.
to refinance?
I want the
No.
I
same
can't
release.
There's
with
no way.
y'all.
You're not
I can't
refinancing
with
my car. I'm
y'all.
not taking a second mortgage on my house. I'm
That's what
not
they
doing
said.
none of that. I ain't waiting.
Hell no.
If I'm
Thank
gonna
you, y'all.
eat some crackers when they stale, I want them right now. I want the
Lord
crackers
have
right
mercy.
now. Okay.
Hell,
I told you I was
Cal,
a
hey
stand
Cal,
up individual. I
hey
was a
Cal, I
stand
want
up
them stale
individual about
crackers
this,
right
man.
now, my boy.
I was trying to be like, man, that nigga when Tay said about them steel crackers is a little harsh,
that-
but that's facts. Like that's just facts. You are
your
not
buzz
about to
is so
revalue
bad,
this. Like,
man.
there's no way.
I'm not about to
Your
take
buzz
it.
is trash.
I'm not about
There's
to take
no
a
way.
test. I'm not taking no driver's test. I ain't taking no wrist
Yo,
test.
Right. We ain't
Hey,
about to
Sabrina,
go through the
hey, Sabrina
rigmarole.
rolling, bro.
No, we're
y'all
not.
Sabrina's over
took
there.
out the game.
While
Y'all
my
took out
soup
the
is
game.
still hot, I want them crackers right now.
Right
While
now.
my chili's still in the bowl, I want them stale crackers right. If I'm gonna eat them, I
Right.
want them right
Question:
now. Okay.
All
If
right.
you
That's all
really
At
I'm
least you
saying.
got
feeling it
one. At
though,
least you got
is
a
it worth
question.
the
Hold
wait
up.
then?
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all took
Is
Cal
it?
out the game over there.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
Hey,
Lord.
Cal done. Cal is
These
done.
are gonna be
Cal is
Lord.
finished.
Oh,
Lord.
Jesus.
You got Cal
Right.
crying. You got
Hey,
Cal crying.
that's
Hey,
facts, man.
if anybody
Y'all
want to
took,
join the
Hey,
panel, you can, man.
Lord
hey,
Jesus.
hey, Alicia, you asked the question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying if you really feeling there, like, is it worth the wait then? Or you like after 6 months, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Is that the same thing? I'm what? I'm just asking.
Oh,
Like,
no, no. Yeah, say
Four,
Okay.
it,
5, 6 months.
All
say it
right.
again.
All right.
Say it
I'm a,
again,
I'm a,
Alicia.
no. We understand. We got it. Look, if you present who you are, like say for instance, you're telling me about all your past relationships
mm-hmm.
and how they didn't work
Okay.
and how they wasn't shit, but you was in there for 7 years and something was wrong with him, and then you jump to another guy and then something wrong with him, and then all of a sudden you got this epiphany that you're withholding. See, that's the type of that's the thing Tate talking about. We're not waiting for stale crackers.
Got you.
We're not waiting on that whatsoever. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But that's the way you present yourself. If you present yourself as, you know what I'm saying, like, well, I can't even say that. Like, if you're consistent with your bio, like, okay, yeah, like you've been through like races and you trying to turn a new leaf, and you're really trying to pose that fact that you're trying to turn a new leaf. Okay, that's fine. That's fine to you. Like, I might not be the guy that might accept that, but that's what's up. At least you're consistent about that. Like, I'm talking about that full front stop 180 turn. I'm talking about them women. I'm
Got you.
talking about like it didn't work for several years, and all of a sudden you just put on the brakes, and all of a sudden you just God fearing, holy, not doing nothing you did in your past ass chick. I'm talking about that.
Mm.
That's what Tay talking about. Tay was like, I'm not waiting on that. And I fought tooth and nail about this scenario. And I was
Yeah, he
like, dog,
did.
he's right. He's definitely right about
There ain't
that. Like,
nobody
it is
waiting.
what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta be honest with yourself. Like, you know, like, we all had our time and chances and chapters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into refinancing who you are. Like, I'm just not into that. Now all of a sudden now you cost more now because you think you cost more now.
The
Like, I
arrogance.
don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Or the fact that maybe like you just had a change of heart, and that is what it is, and you gotta understand that some men ain't gonna believe that. Some men just not gonna go for it. But that's just is what it is. At least you stay consistent with that. That's cool. But it's all the way you present yourself, because the compartmentalization of men and women do this, but the compartmentalization of men is deep and it's drastic and it's instant. Like, we're not coming off of what we're originally thinking of you. We're just not doing that. If you giving us 100,000 personalities, you just gonna be that chick. You're not going to be level-minded. You're not going to be stable. You're not going to be that. If you're giving that off, that's who you are. If you're giving off the fact that you're sleeping with a whole bunch of men, that's who you are. If you're giving off the fact that you're unstable emotionally, that's who you are. This is what men do. We ain't got time to figure out if you're lying. We're just going to go ahead and see what you do, and that's who you are. That's just what it is.
You know what?
That's
Street
how
life
men
is
think.
there.
And I don't think women add that to what they when they deal with men. I don't think women add that fact. Like, that's who you are. Like, that's what it is. And it is up to you to understand that, and it's up to us to, you know what I'm saying, to be the men that we are. Like, we can't just be flipping all types of emotions because you flipping all types of emotions. We just who we are. Like, it's what it is. I think the compartmentalization of men is lost in a lot of conversations, man. Like, people don't take that in consideration. Like, we were talking about the sleeping with each other for the first date. If you sleeping with, if that happens, then it's lawful for a guy to think that's all she gonna be. It's lawful for that. You can't. She did it. Like, it is what it is. That doesn't make her a hoe and none of that. That doesn't go all of that. But that's the compartmentalization a man does. That just is what it is. And women do it too, but not as fierce as men do. Men is like, that's all you're gonna be. And so that's when reverse engineering come about. We had this lecture before about reverse engineering. That's how that happens. Is when you think that you put together an outcome for some type of, you put together a presentation for a man for some type of outcome, and then that doesn't work, and you try to flip that whole scenario. That calls reverse engineering, because men are not like, this is all it is. This is all we doing. If we've been sleeping together for the past 4 months, and you like, well, why we ain't progressed? What the fuck are you talking about? It's like, that's what men do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think, you know, like, women interact that with men.
It's a
man.
logic. It becomes a logic versus emotional type of scenario once it gets there.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes there's been no discussion about where y'all going. There's been no discussion on how y'all connecting. It's a physical attraction, and y'all handle that. Neither one of y'all know where each other's head at. So logically, kind of what Jay's going off with. Logically, as a man, we're going to go off of this is what it is.
This is what it is.
That's just
especially
where,
if we're not
logically,
talking about
a man, 9 times out of 10, that's where our mind is going to go. Nobody's at fault. We don't look at you as a hoe or nothing like that. But logically, okay, this is what it is. Especially if there's no discussion leading up to, you know, the climactic part of whatever intimacy y'all have built. If y'all smash soon and there's been no discussion, there's been no really connection, but prior to that, logically, that's where a man is going to be. That's
where he's going to be at. And that's not fair to even think that a man is going to think any different. So all these other questions were just based on different angles of what men might think. But we think the same way every time. And it's based on what y'all present. That's all it is.
I could be a part of that. Bullshit. You can ask for 4 different ways. You're going to get the same answer.
Same answer, man.
It's going to be the same thing.
Once again, man.
Men operate.
Go ahead,
bro. Once again, man. Shout out to the panel. Lisa, Cal, Sabrina, Sean, Miss Smiley, Chantel, Aubrey. Man, this is why
I got a question for you, JD. I never heard that before, bro. And you got my bone, my curiosity bone, bugging out. That compartmentalization of men. Like, where did that come from, bro? Like, how did we get to this point? Because
God gave it to us.
Dude, you hit me. That hit. And I want to know more about that if you got a little bit of time, bro. Like, go into that right quick. That hit me right quick.
Tay, go ahead, bro. Because I already see where you're going with it.
He asked you, homie. He asked you, my boy.
You gonna ask me? All right. Well, okay.
Just say God.
Men are more logical thinkers, and I'm sorry to step on toes. Men are more straight front-ended thinkers. Like, we're just thinking ahead of us, and what it is we see, we do. We're more liable to go ahead and take thought of what's in front of us rather than start worrying about what's around us. If you understand what I'm saying. That's how men think. You know what I'm saying? Tay's gonna help me out with this because he did a presentation on one of our podcasts that showed railroad tracks and the way men think versus women think. If anybody remembers that.
Please tell me you still got that.
And it was straight railway versus all these connections.
He looking for
emotional feeling. I know he's looking for
my boy.
And all this stuff, right?
My boy looking for it.
And I'm sorry to put it that way, but that's just the difference. It's like Mars Venus thing. It's just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? If we see something as an aspect, if we see a person, if we see an event, if we see a thing, we are normally going to take the thing as is. This is just how men are. Because the only way we advert that feeling is based on emotion, and we're not emotional creatures. We are usually front-ended creatures. So we'll go ahead and be like, oh, that's what it is. Oh, he hating. Or she ain't shit. Or that guy don't like me at my job. And that's just it. Like, that's just what it is. We don't normally think about, well, you know what I'm saying? Well, why did that come to that? Or how did we get here? Or that type of thing. See, that is more what women do. I'm just, and I know I'm stepping on feet, but that's just what it is. It's just we're more directive thinkers than more emotional thinkers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using that in general. So compartmentalization comes with men. It's for the fact that what we see is what it is. And so women are saying what we see could be something else. See, it based on what they think. You know what I mean? And especially with this generation that we're in right now, the younger modern day generation, oh, they think whatever the hell. So it's like, you know, whatever they perceive is whatever they think it is, and they just mold it to what it is. And so normally men, we just think it just is what it is. Oh, okay, she's like me on the first date, she's a jump off. Period. Like, I'm not thinking outside of that. I'm not eating Cheerios in the morning thinking any different other than what this chick did last night. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's the compartmentalization of men. It's so straightforward. It's like that Tetris line that just breaks all four lines. It's just straight through. And that's it. We don't think out of the norm or out of the alternative thought. You know what I'm saying? And so, and you know, if it's on the other end, it's usually dealing with emotions. And so men don't deal with emotions that great. And if you be honest with yourself as a man, you don't. We don't deal with emotions that great. If a woman betray us, we're liable to be physical about it because we don't deal with our emotions like that. Women have support groups. Women talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? And get over it and be done with it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a difference to it. So when that compartmentalization happens, and so when women start doing certain stuff, and we start seeing things and dating, we just be like, oh, that's just what it is. Even if she say it's not what it is, we still think it's what it is. On the other end, if women be like, you know, if women say one thing and we start acting differently, they might give us a chance based on the fact that it was a different result. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. It's psychological. That's the.
No, that's a dope concept.
Hey Tay.
Yeah.
Tell them about the gun line, boss. Tell them about the gun line, boss.
This is the way. This is a perfect example of how a woman mind works versus a man's mind. Mm-hmm. This is a perfect example. The way you all tell stories, it takes you forever to get to the destination. And no offense to any of you all, but y'all some of the worst storytellers of all time. All right. I'll be like, okay, tell me what happened so that way I can invest to see what the story is about. Because if the story, I'm like, somebody got shot. All right, okay, well, tell me the story because that's an interesting ending. You know what I'm saying? But that is it. It's like our minds, men, we are solution based. Men are solution based. Right. Like that's what that forward thinking he was talking about, solution based. Mm-hmm. Women are like, I just want to understand. I want to feel. I want to. They just say everything. It's like, yeah, I went. Can I get some chicken? Yeah. I got. It's more reaction based. At Kroger's, they had chicken for like $9.99, and then it's like, yo, right. I just want some chicken for dinner. Mm-hmm. You gave me this. You gave me this word salad. Mm-hmm. But this is the thing, though. Look at these tracks. This is the thing, though. Once we come in line and understand how men think versus how women think, that's when the camaraderie happens. Yeah. Once you understand the way I think, and I understand the way you think, and we can go ahead and mentor each other, that's when the camaraderie happens.
That's how a good relationship happens. That's how a longevity relationship happens. Is that you have to understand where I'm coming from. I have to understand where you're coming from. I'll try. But you have to understand where I'm coming from too.
Absolutely.
And we can meet on a common ground. And we talked about that common ground. Remember that conversation we had, that podcast we had about common ground. And I said, the hell no, we would never come to a ground because everybody on some bull. Everybody want to do their own thing. Everybody think they right. Everybody don't want to look at the other person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we don't hit common ground. But the moment we start making that camaraderie, and I love what Rob said. That's why I love our show. Because Rob said, we come together for men and women camaraderie. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about this to bash y'all or none of that. Or to debate all day or to make who's right. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to make sure that you understand where men coming from. Because if you really think about it, in this day and age, a woman in this day and age never asked a man. You ain't never asked us. Y'all want to think about whatever the hell we think about, but you never asked us. Like that's the end of the day. Y'all never asked us. So that's what the camaraderie comes at. So now we starting. That's why people like our show, because they like, oh, these guys are like, they're talking from a male perspective. Never heard of it before. So that's where it's at. And so once we start doing that and start noticing where you're at, where I'm at, and we can meet, that's what's great. You know what I mean?
Any man that don't have the patience for this down here, you might as well just stay right here, bro. You see that?
Yeah.
You got to have a lot of patience for that, and that's the thing. We need that same grace, because that patience has to go both ways. It's like we have to be patient with someone who may not think like us, a woman that may think like us, and then a woman has to be patient with a man that don't think like her, and be like, okay, well, can we understand each other? With all you're getting, just get to understanding. The answer
That's
will
in the
come.
Bible, ain't it?
The answer will come when you get the understanding though. Because because it's like solving the problem is half the battle, but understanding it is different. See, being in IT, I have to understand how networking works in order for you for somebody to say, hey, I can't connect to my Wi-Fi. I can connect to the modem, but I don't get no internet connection. I got to understand how networking works in order for me to get the answer that you need
to solve that problem.
That problem. Because most of the time people don't know how to explain what's wrong with them. This is why they go to therapy, or they get mediators, or they have a friend that they confide into, or whatever the case may be, someone that can get them, so that way they can show them the grace that it takes for you to get to your destination. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I love our show too. That's the reason why, because it's like, yo, when we come together, man, we can do some things. We can definitely do some things.
Understand that other people's issues or other people's situations are, you may never have been in it, meaning you may never understand it, but be willing to open your mind up so you can possibly understand it. Like Tay just said, he's forced to solve other people's problems, meaning he has to have an understanding of maybe why they're having that problem. Or
Man, I
be
done had
willing
people
to
cry.
understand.
Oh, man, I done had
Or be
all kinds of
willing
stuff
to
with
understand
IT.
why they're having that problem. Once he's willing to understand that, he's in the right mindset to possibly be able to maybe not necessarily fix it, but be in the area where they can understand it and possibly build something, come to a resolution, come to a common ground if we can. You know what I mean?
Yep.
As a society, we got to open our minds back. As a society, we got to
Mm-hmm.
open our minds back up to each other. That's a problem now. These societal norms are messing normal, logical people's mindset up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe nobody on this panel, but it's trickling down to us. And the reason why we do this show, because we are really three best friends who have been through different experiences with women and life and everything. But one thing we do is understand each other, and we're able to come together and find some type of common ground to help us build and understand and grow. And that's the dynamic between men and women That's the bridge we got to gap in today's society with men and women.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to the panel, man. Shout out to the panel.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
This is why we do this. Any more
How do
Q
we
and
do?
A's? Any more?
How do we do tonight?
How do we do? How did we do,
I'm
ladies
It's
and
just, I'm just
gentlemen?
good.
asking
I had
everybody that's
fun.
on
It's no dark.
live,
I did
everybody
great.
that's doing, everybody in the chat. How we do tonight, man?
Y'all
I
did
did
great.
thumbs up.
What's good? What's
Put your
Two
good?
hands in
thumbs
the
up.
sky if you feel it.
It was on point, but JB killed me when he said the whole refinancing of the man. That took me out, bro. That took me out, bro. Oh
Yes.
my god, that was so
Yes.
funny,
Hey, man.
but it was profound at the same time, man. I can see where people get into the habit of that. You know what I mean? You want to
Mhm.
invest in somebody, not realizing it is kind of like refinancing something. It is going to cost you more in the end. It may benefit immediately right off the back. You know what I mean? It may look good right up front, but then in the end, man, when them extra fees and all of that stuff start piling up, you realize like, yo, this wasn't worth the investment. But bro,
Mhm.
don't ever say nothing. Don't ever say nothing funny like that again, bro. Dog, that took me out, dog. I was done. I was
Hey, man,
Hey,
I
done.
Cal over
appreciate you,
there.
man.
Yes,
Hey, Cal over
everything.
there
Had in the
I,
reaching, bro.
shirt.
That
I
boy
try to
over
think
there.
out of the box too, man. I try my best, man. You got me on the thinking outside the box, but I try my best too,
Oh,
man.
Mm-mm-mm.
That took me out, bro. But that took me out. That was
Yeah,
funny as hell.
man. Hey,
Anybody
y'all know
else
what it
got
is, man.
anything? Rollo, man, you want to take it?
I say this at the end of every show on Sunday. Really, y'all, everybody that's on the panel and everybody that's gonna see this later, there is no us without y'all. I want to
oh,
personally right now
Facts.
tell everybody
Facts.
on the panel how much I love all of y'all, man.
yes,
This
sir.
is this
Thank
has
Absolutely.
y'all
been
so much.
this has been this has been an awesome experience. Like I said, it started with the three of us kicking it in our cars, and we are here in the season 2 of our podcast, doing a seasonal show that people anticipate. And I just want to tell y'all how much I love y'all personally, man. Thank y'all so
Absolutely,
That's
much.
man.
real.
From the bottom of my heart, man. Love everybody on this panel for sure.
Yeah, that is
See why the
real.
Phoenix. Yes, sir, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I like I said, yo, fellas, y'all already know the vibes, man. This isn't the only panel that I've been, honored to hop on. You
Yeah.
guys have
Yeah.
always I always say this to Tay, man. Every time I listen to y'all show, I always walk away with something new. And
Yeah.
this one right here, man, this was one of my favorite ones for sure. Not just
Okay.
because of the debate me and JB had, but the 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 tenseness of the entire. This is one of those topics that people are afraid to discuss.
Right.
You
Yep.
know what I mean? Because
Facts.
it generates
Yeah.
those healthy debates. That's like
Yeah.
Robitussin for the mind. You know what I mean? People are afraid to go there, but I'm one to respect controversy because that's where the best knowledge is.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
for you
Yeah.
guys to have the bravery to go somewhere that people aren't willing to go, that's gonna be the avenue to get y'all exactly where y'all trying to go. And I'm telling you, bravery is a lost art,
It is.
and knowledge is meant to be shared. And you three
Right.
guys, you know what I mean, are I said this to y'all before, man, y'all like a triangle offense. Everybody covers their own spot. Everybody
Scotty.
knows exactly where to be, and it's hard to defend. You
Scotty.
see what I'm saying? It's hard to defend. So as long as y'all keep that unity, man,
So,
y'all gonna be good, bro. So I
sir.
Thank you,
appreciate y'all
Cal.
letting me come up here, man. As soon as he
Thank you,
tagged me,
Cal.
Tay tagged me in a status, I said, "Oh, okay, he all
Yes,
right, bet
sir.
game time."
Yes, sir.
So I
My guy.
cleared my I
Hey,
cleared my desk. I
you
made
was in
sure I
our
was good,
pilot
man.
show, man. You was in
For
our
those
first
don't know,
one,
yeah, I was
He
man.
was
about
the
to
Like
say
very
you
that.
first
made
For
one
that
we
those
had.
that don't
grand,
know,
baby.
Yep.
You made
Cal
that
was the
grand,
first
bro.
person. Cal was the first
Yeah.
person ever to hop on the panel. So
Yep.
we definitely love
For
and
sure.
Yeah.
appreciate you, my brother, man.
Definitely
Thank you
so,
for
Cal.
holding us down. You
Definitely
know,
so.
like this is a show for everyone. You know, obviously we get a lot of women in the chat. We get a lot of women, watching the live show, but this is a show for everyone, man. We have a brother from Taiwan that taps in.
Yeah.
So Cal, man, you are the catalyst to the bridge that we're trying to close, man. So thank you so much,
Right.
bro.
Nah, man,
Right.
thank Tay, man. That's my guy. You know what I mean? Elementary school,
All the way
Custer
there.
Elementary, man. You know, so
Yes,
that's
sir.
that's 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 one of those instances where
Yeah.
blood truly isn't based on relation; it's based on experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And me and this man, hey, we went through the trenches of learning under Principal Dupree, which was like
Yeah, dog. Auntie Dupree.
the principal from Lean on Me. He was that
Yes,
hard.
sir.
You know
You
what I
know
mean?
Crazy
And
Joe?
oh my
What a
God,
coming
yeah,
back
he was
man.
like Joe Clark. He was Joe Clark at
I
elementary
got
school,
boys,
and
hoodlums in my school. Get them chains off the doors. The enemy is here.
so we done went through the trenches, man. And it was a no brainer for me when he said, "Yo, Cal, this is what I'm trying to do. These are my fellas." I said, "Well, cool, man. I'm there, and I'm gonna always be here for y'all, man. So y'all ain't never got to thank me for that, man. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do as a brother to Tay, and then as a fellow brother in ethnicity to y'all, man. So it is what it is to me."
No doubt, man. Much love to you,
ladies.
man.
Anything y'all want to say before we close out another Maleroom
Yes,
After
our
Dark?
day one, our other day ones. What's up?
Look, I thank y'all for who y'all are because believe me, there's a lot of stuff I sit back and be like, okay, all right, I understand that now. So I'm gonna tell y'all now, I appreciate y'all. Big ups to y'all for this.
No doubt.
Big ups.
We definitely
Hey,
appreciate you.
shout out to you for having watch parties.
Yeah, watch party time.
You getting people
That shout
together
with the
and under our
that
voice.
shout with
That's what's up, man. That
yeah.
is so dope. That is so dope,
Just make
man.
sure,
Rob,
hey,
like you
whoever,
said,
like I
without
said,
y'all, ain't no us.
you know what? Whoever having watch parties, make sure y'all tap them on the shoulder, like hit the subscribe button real quick.
That's up. Hit the sub. All
Yeah.
right, man.
Sub button.
Yeah, like and subscribe, please.
Like and subscribe and share this, man. Share it with your people.
Any other ladies? Y'all want to say something? Any other ladies?
I love y'all. Y'all know that. And this
Sure.
be like my therapy session. Like I listen
Love
to
you
y'all when I'm cleaning up around the house and stuff like that. Be cracking up, laughing and cussing out the TV at the same time.
Okay.
It'd be fun.
50-50.
50-50, man. 50-50.
50-50, yeah.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, yo, Tay,
What up?
take us out, fam.
Yo. Once again, we thank you all for joining us here at the Maleroom Network. This is Maleroom After Dark. We appreciate this, our seasonal show. We do have the Maleroom show coming on next Sunday. Not this Sunday because it's Mother's Day, but next Sunday. And also, Coffee and Conversation will be back, and I will give you a date soon. Until then,
Yes.
we out.
Yes.
We love y'all, man.
Work tomorrow, tell me what the business is. Ain't about no club hop, I'm trying to start some businesses. Shorty, you thought it was, they better know it's not that. Talking all that online, they knowing that it's not fact. Sliding through my hood, I make maneuvers like a Uber, baby. Got a 10-year plan, these can't tell what they doing lately. And I'm way too clean, I'm Listerine, I thought they been knew it. All in my lungs, I got my red cup full of that Henny fluid. Young middle Mad Mac, I'm swinging that leg, I'm banging that do or die. And I ain't that lead before I get crucified. Living in my bloodline, this place in my family tree. How the they pressed, I did my best out of what they handed me. Straight out of that country, know my shawty dick as human air. And I need not mention no extensions, that's human hair.